like, I don't have. Why is this not working?
Are we live?
We live?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm always reminded at this time of year, every time I log on to, I guess you could say log on to social media. One of the coolest fucking things I can ever say is that I actually share a birthday with Lemmy Kilmeister from Motorhead.
I need to get water.
Oh, nice. All right, dude.
And in celebration of that, I introduced my son to Motorhead when we were in the Jeep the other day.
Do I have alerts turned off? Hang on.
Where is. Why? Why are you not working? What is wrong with you?
Okay. There we go. We live.
Live, local, and late breaking.
What's up, Fluff? How's it going?
Let's see.
I got a tweet. Be 3 tweets about this episode today.
Right.
Oh, what's up, bud? How's it going?
Oh, that's right. I gotta sit back here. Fuck. I'm gonna post in my Discord, my clan Discord. Hey guys, come watch us over here on twitch.tv/barelyads.
Yep. We're live on twitch.tv/barelyads. I love it. That was one of my favorite changes. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I have to have 3 different instances of Discord up for this.
Hold up, by using @everyone. Yes, just send a fucking message, Discord.
Your mom's my favorite change, Fud. That was rude. I'm sorry. I love you.
Honestly, though, do you expect anything else coming from us?
Oh, I'm aware. I'm aware, Fud.
Okay.
Did you put a band of the week in the notes? I don't think you did. That looks similar.
No, I did not.
Oh, okay, I won't. Oh, another cool element is that Chad is telling me to not be a dick.
Yeah, I got told that too.
Yeah.
To not be a dick?
Yeah, my reputation precedes me even with Twitch.
I appear as barely ADS in Twitch chats now. So it's publicity that I completely forgot was going to happen if I'm hanging out in Twitch chats.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I might stream to that channel as well, just so we can keep it super ambiguous. You're like, I don't know who the fuck this is.
Well, here's the best
if
part.
If they pop in a Twitch chat, who knows who that is?
If you stream to this channel, you are logged in on Twitch under Ben Malone, so you would still be yourself in Twitch chat, but streaming to the Barely ADS channel.
That's true, ladies and gentlemen. The Barely ADS channel. We didn't clap.
No, we didn't.
I almost rolled it. All right, let's do the clap.
All right. Should we rub our hands together for old time's sake?
No, don't. It's nails on the chalkboard.
I'm sorry.
God. Ugh. Just listening to that now. All right. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes I could just do crazy tempos. One time I'm gonna give you guys a 1, 2, 3.
You'll just get a lot of short claps.
Allegro.
What is it? You could be like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys a straight up 1 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2.
I think it'd be funny to leave the
2,
claps
1, and
in
5.
for this episode.
1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, and 3, 4.
You can cut out the countdown.
4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the easiest way to explain 5 to somebody. If anybody ever wants to talk about music theory, I went to school for that shit. like
Yeah.
adult school, not high school.
Mm.
This is bad.
Oh,
Ben can write theoretical music.
Um,
There's a bad theoretical physics joke there.
part of the joy of editing this show is trying to decide when it should start.
yeah,
What's up, Chris?
it's got to be so weird for the live chat. So I'm just kind of sitting here thinking.
Yeah, we're
Steve,
just
did
talking
you,
it
did
out.
you look at Discord?
What? Which one? Hang on.
I sent a message to you.
Okay. Hang on.
He's got so many computers up.
I have 3 Discords up right now.
That's why I was like, it's fun. This is gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. You can just cut all this whole bit out, and we can just talk about how bad it was. And so you cut it out. Oh, you took it out of the box?
I'm not a person who keeps toys in boxes.
Did you take the other one out of the box?
Yeah, it's right
Show
over
it?
there.
Oh, it's over there.
Yeah, it's not visible. Oh, my Kratos fell over. I got a Kratos for Christmas. A little that big.
Nice.
It's awesome. Although it came with a shield, and I have no idea where it goes. Doesn't clip onto him or anything. It's just a shield.
Weird.
Very strange. Much like the intro of this show. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Barely a Destiny show, episode 100.
Woo!
The
We
gaming
made it.
podcast for Destiny enthusiasts. The most punk rock Destiny show out there.
Hmm.
Award-winning
that one.
podcast.
We are
Award-giving
award-winning.
podcast.
Yes, we are. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Maximum
I'm-
effort.
I'm your host, Ben Malone, man of the people, guardian of the people.
Ooh.
And with me today, I've got my brother from the same mother, a Titan who's gonna pop a bubble right on top of you, and then get it super back immediately. Xanafan 711.
What's
How's
up, my
it going?
dudes? Oh, it's going fantastic. I'm super excited for this tonight.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yep. Ben's hosting a show, and he doesn't know what's going to happen.
No, super don't. And also tonight, we've got the man who throws the most hammers, both inside the garage and inside the crucible. He's gonna do knuckle pucks all day into your face. I'm sure that he went and bought that new emote where he just throws the hockey stick down and defends his
I
fire
did.
team.
I fucking bought it
Hell
as
yeah.
soon as
Slapshot
it was
Scott.
available. That's right, folks. How's it going? Happy 100
Oh.
episodes, guys.
Yeah, dudes. Almost 2 years of podcasting.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it is super weird that episode 100, I mean, if you're here live, is not in the new year, but it's the first one that we're going to release in the new year.
Mm-hmm. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I'm into
It
it,
feels
though.
like it's a bigger deal than it actually is.
We were
That's what it
gonna
feels like.
we were gonna drop episode 100 the same week as Massive Breakdowns released episode 100, but they are taking a week off.
Oh,
So we almost had 2 in 1 week.
well, good. At least we get a week to ourselves.
Yeah. We're the Red Dead of dropping episode 100 right now.
Everyone else who had an episode 100 got the fuck out of the way.
Yep.
All one other shows.
Yep.
Oh my god. Trails aren't the only thing, Admiral Nibs. All right. Housekeeping. So episode 100. Is this the end of season 2 or the start of season 3? I feel like 101's the start of season 3. End of
Yeah.
season 2, but we're going to talk about season 3, the season of the Forge.
Gross.
Couldn't think of anything better. So if you didn't know, now we are streaming at twitch.tv/barelyads. And if you were a subscriber of twitch.tv/Xanafan711, guess what? You're already a subscriber
Yeah.
or a follower.
Or both.
Good
Yeah.
work, guys. Good work.
So you don't
this
have to do
channel-
anything except remember. I guess
Hey, remembering can be hard, man.
it can be hard.
So what can you expect to change? Not a whole lot. Steve's still going to be streaming here.
Yep.
I will probably be switching over to this channel. Honestly, just because I have followers and I don't. No,
Nope.
I'll probably be switching over to this channel, trying to stream some stuff, and it's going to be more of a, I don't know, just expect people that you've heard on Barely ADS, Barely a Destiny Show, to be streaming
Yeah.
on that channel.
I can say for a fact tonight that every single person that's on the show tonight as a guest or a host will have access, at least access, whether they want to stream here or not. They can if they want.
Hey, that's their decision.
Yeah.
That's a decision best left for the suits in Washington. Another change is we're going to be starting a Patreon. Okay? Now,
What?
we always said that we don't have a Patreon, and we suggest that you give the money to the bands. Why are we doing a Patreon? Well, I'll tell you. This Patreon is going to go towards paying for our hosting, because it does cost money, and
Not a whole
We
lot,
don't-
but still.
not a ton, but
we're
we would
poor.
like to. Do that. Yeah. Hey, man, I got mouths to feed.
Yeah.
Technically, still mouths because one eats for free. That's pretty tight, right?
That's good. That's good. I like that.
The other thing is the music that we play on the show. We do get permission from the bands to play that music. We send them, or NAR sends them emails, so we ask for their permission for all this. But what we wanted to kind of give back to them, because they're being gracious enough to, let us play their music. We'd like to take the difference of what,
Pay the bills.
We gotta pay the bills, but anything extra we want to be able to give to these bands. So we want to pay to buy their album, however much we have for it, and then what we're gonna do is take that code and give it away to you guys, the listeners.
Yeah. Specifically, the patrons first.
Patrons first come, first serve. But if nobody wants it from the patrons, we'll open it up,
Yeah.
because not everybody likes everything, and who knows how many patrons we'll get.
Exactly.
Nobody knows.
Nobody
I have
knows.
No idea.
Yeah.
But we'll have more details on how this is all going to work later in the future. We still got to kind of figure stuff out. Yeah, there's that. And what else do we have? Band of the week this week is Troubled Minds. You can find them at troubledminds.bandcamp.com. This album is free. Name your price. So, for instance, once the Patreon starts, sorry, Troubled Minds, we'd be like, hey, Troubled Minds, here's $20 for your album.
Yep.
And it may not seem like much, but trust me, it seldomly happens. But when it does, it's awesome, because it's just random. You're just like, oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last time somebody bought our album, we used it to buy Jackbox.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah, just letting you know that you could do something nice for that, like that. I had my bassist was over, and we love Jackbox, and we're like, new Jackbox is out. Oh my god! I was like, hey dude, we got money in the band account. You want to buy it? And he's like, yes. So, if you want your band to be on the show, send us an email. Send it to barelyadestinyshow@gmail.com.
By the way, I
you-
did look into changing that, but you can't. So we'd have to make a new one, which we might. But right now, it's barely a Destiny Show at gmail.com.
We're trying to streamline everything, listeners.
Yeah.
You can send us an email. You could also email us anything. Like, say you don't play music, you could be like, hey guys, here's a question. Here's something I saw on the internet that I think is funny and I want you guys to discuss. Here's, I don't know, anything. Just,
question.
send it.
An
What?
ad read. Crap mini play that we never read.
Oh, well, there we go. That's Patreon right there, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Putting us on blast. Wow.
I put our, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Patreon.
Yeah. Maybe that'll be a thing.
Laz is like, I fucking hate you guys. Okay, that's our email. You can send us anything. Send us a DM on Twitter at barelyads, or you can get into our Discord by going to our website, barelyads.com. It's got links
Yeah.
to everything that I've just discussed, and you can also join our clan from there. We have no new iTunes review this week, and we also don't have a TWAB this week. So our reputation for the fastest TWAB still standing.
Yes,
It took us
indeed.
0 time to get through it this week.
For sure. For sure.
Do it faster. I dare anyone to do it faster than no time.
I will say it took us more or less time to get through the TWAB than it did for me to update all of our barely ADS updated URLs on the website, which I just did while you guys were reading that out. So
Nice.
I still need to get the list of all the bands we've had on the show. So if people are like, I'm curious, or they want to go listen, they can just go and be like, there's everybody that was on here.
Yeah,
I can actually.
that'd be
That's
great.
actually an easy thing to set up. So once we finish, if you want me to do that, remind me. Otherwise, I'll get to it.
Possibly with links to their Bandcamp.
that's the
That
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I said, it's easy to do. I'll talk to you guys about it off
Cool.
air because I don't want to bore everybody out with that. but-
Look, a lot of people have these playlists now. They're podcast playlists, just picking songs.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do, we're just gonna tell you, listen to this band, and you can listen to it on the show if you want to find more. Oh, I forget who that was. Guess what? Bam, go to our website. Coming soon, and that's not for Patreon. That's for everybody, baby.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You guys got a Switch for Christmas,
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
and only Mario Party. Well, we got Hello Neighbor, but that game's, I don't fucking get it. I tried to play it, and I was like, it's giving me anxiety.
Ugh,
But
gross. Well, we're gonna be playing some Mario Kart soon. I just picked that up, and I got Smash also.
nice.
So
Yeah, my wife 100%ed Mario Party already.
Wow.
wait, there's like a single player.
No, it's like challenges for like beating certain modes and stuff like that, and you collect these 5 gems from basically mastering the 5 different like game types.
No.
And she did that shit in like 4 days.
Nice.
But I did pick up Hollow Knight today.
Ooh.
And
See, those are all those kind of games are for Switch, like Celeste and
Hollow Knight's on sale right now for $10.
on Switch.
Yeah.
Dope.
Switch sale. Oh, and more deals going on. If you have Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime, then you can get Twitch Prime for free.
Mm-hmm.
The Devolver Games Pack is out. I think it's like through maybe the 20th of January, but you can get Hotline Miami, Hotline Miami 2, The Messenger, bunch of games.
Yeah.
for
Messenger is compared often to Celeste and how good it is, and it's like a roguelike Metroidvania or something like that.
I don't know. I was playing it last night, but it's just run around as a ninja. But that game's cool because it goes from NES graphics to SNES graphics and back and forth because they're 2 different worlds.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and the music even gets like upgraded like when you go to the SNES. It's cool. There's like 2 versions of everything in the game. So
yes.
check that out. And then the last thing was, if you're into horror survival games, Soma is free on GOG right now. I don't know if it'll still be free when this actually comes out.
Stands for good old
But-
games.
Yes, good old games. So you can type GOG Soma and it'll take you right to it. You just got to sign up for GOG and then bam, got it for free.
Dope.
And that's like a
Just-
real ass game.
Just make sure you spell it right, because if you spell it gag Soma, some weird shit is probably gonna come out.
You should be fine as long as you open up in a discrete browser.
What book had Soma was the name of the drug? Is that Brave New World?
Yes.
Bam. I'm fucking well read.
Wow.
It's a really
Alright,
good book. Memorable.
So what do I do from here?
What you do from here is you hang on tight because we have a clip sent in from Gorilla Golf. And while this clip is playing, I'm going to add the first round of guests to the call.
All right,
So-
guys, shut up when you get here. Listen to the clip.
Yeah. So, all right, here we go.
What's going on, guys? It's your friend of the show, Gorilla Golf. I just wanted to do a quick little something for you guys. 100 episodes. That's a huge number, man. Getting on, putting on the hours in the podcast, dealing with each other for all this time, going through ups and downs. It's a really cool thing. And to see where you guys came from, the meager beginnings of that toilet humor and stuff like that. But that's wait a minute, yeah, you still do that. So I guess we really haven't grown up too much from that. But you know, but I mean, if you listen to those first few episodes, it's crazy to see how far you guys have come. So you take a lot of pride in that. You know, I've seen you guys evolve. We had iterations where we didn't have scary, and then we did have scary, and we don't have scary, and he's off having 75 kids or something like that. Man's got to do what man's got to do. But I think he just drives a big around, a bunch of car seats in the back. But I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, though. Like I was, you guys have grown exponentially. I mean, the community alone that you guys have created is awesome. I'm a proud member of that community. Proud member of the Barely Destiny Discord. I love to talk to you guys all the time. You guys really.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna try and fix this
Jesse's
for the live chat. It'll sound better in the other one.
Yeah, well, I was like, I also can't really tell what's going on.
Yeah. So we're gonna try again. Let's see.
It's your
There we go.
friend of the show, Gorilla Golf.
All right, skip like
I
a
just
minute.
wanted to do a quick
All
little
right.
something for you guys. Man's got to do. But I think he just drives a big
Nope.
rig around with a bunch of car seats in the back. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is, though. But like I was saying, you guys have grown exponentially. I mean, the community alone that you guys have created is awesome. I'm a proud member of that community. I'm a proud member of the Barely a Destiny show Discord. I love to talk to you guys all the time. You guys really I heard Jesse say this. He said it's like your pocket family. That's really what it comes down. You guys are part of my pocket family. So really proud of you guys. Really happy that you guys made it to 100 episodes, because like I said, after listening to those episodes, I was not sure if you guys were going to make it this far. But like I said, everyone's surprised you did. It's just really impressive when you think about the content drops and lack of content and rough launch for D2, how a lot of podcasts actually make it through this kind of stuff, and you guys just keep chugging along, doing your thing, and continually evolving, especially with music and stuff like that. You guys are a nice breath of fresh air when it comes to being a good podcast. Throughout my year, I can honestly say that. I'm listening now over 100 episodes. Crap, we're almost at 2 years of doing this. So, you guys should take a lot of pride in all this. Like I said, I'm just rambling on here. This is freezing. I'm stuck up here in Oregon. Our car broke down on our trip, so I had a nice little few minutes to sit down here and something out for you guys. But, I'm just, like I said, I've got something for each one of you. Like I said, scary. Like I said, I'm never gonna catch up to you and kids. Thank God. Ben, you catch up to me and kids. Who knows the way you're going? We don't know all those little precious little angels. Your wife keeps popping out. They get all their good looks from their mom, obviously. But and Zan, the buddy, you and me both know we've come a long way, man. And I'm proud, and I think you're in a good spot now, and I'm really happy for you. And Scott, the Sharks suck. Never gonna be as good as the Kings. 2 Stanley Cups, but I love you, buddy. I love you. But honestly, Congratulations, guys. Really proud of you. Keep it up. You know I'm going to be there. All right. Everyone have a good night. Have a drink on me. And I'll send you some money via PayPal or so you guys can all have a shot on me. But have a good night. Have a good cast, guys. All right. Bye.
That was sweet.
All right. I'll fix all that.
All
That
right.
was honest. That was really nice. There's a bunch of stuff that I wish I could have taken notes during it. I was like, oh, thank you for this and all this and this and this. But
Yeah.
oh well.
Hey, let's clap.
All right. 1, 2, 3. And that was such a sweet message from Gorilla Golf. We're here with Gear Dad and Laz. What's up, my dogs?
What's up, man?
Oh man, there's audio too. Fantastic.
My chin doesn't fit into the thing. You're supposed to be able to open the mouth of your chin. I have too long of a
I love that. They joined the call during Gorilla Golf's message, and Laz had to wear that for so long.
He just sat there with the Chewbacca mask on, sitting there sweating.
This is a nice
Oh,
little
God.
mark right there.
That's
Yep.
so good.
Yep.
What's up, guys?
Nothing.
Not
Doing
much.
episode 100. What's up with you guys?
Oh, so that's what's going on here?
100. 100.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And on the new year.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, you guys. Fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, how did you guys time that with the turning of 2018 to 2019 like that?
Well, you see, I went back and I was like, if we start the same week as the Super Bowl, we'll be good.
There we go. Excellent.
Yeah, our
I'll be-
anniversary is actually the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It's actually it has to do with like Vex time travel gate. So there's a lot of complex things there. Osiris, very disappointing. You know, so on and so
Yes.
Yes.
forth.
For sure. So, just so everybody knows, Ben and Scott did not know like who was coming on when any of that. So this was
I'm
a
winging it.
surprise for them as well.
Surprise
talking
and
about-
disappointment.
Like, these are the best you could do. These are two fuckers are you going to bring it up.
Get out of here. I'm telling you, I love you guys so much. Thank you for coming on the show. Thanks
Oh,
for all
man.
the
Oh,
other
yeah.
times you've been on the show.
Wouldn't miss it, dude.
Yeah,
Is it-
absolutely.
It's awesome having you guys here. Just a couple of dads. I know, Laz, you and I had our kids. Well, me, you, and Scott all had our kids pretty much at the same time.
It's true.
It was really close, yeah.
And Jay, whenever I'm like, oh fuck, I'm losing my mind with these kids. I'm like, Jay, what do I do? And he's like, oh, it's fine. He's like, yeah.
Pot him off
just
on
wait."
pot him off on your wife, dude. Just fucking walk away. It's cool.
100%.
How do I fix this? Just wait.
That's all it is, right?
Just
wait.
wait.
and hope it fixes itself. That's the
Just
secret of
wait.
life.
My dog.
That's what we do in the
Yes.
hospital.
Yep.
Hospitals actually don't do anything.
Oh, that's
Just give you a place to lay down and rest.
Yep. Forced sleep
Yeah, pretty much.
and
At
fluids.
this point, I was gonna say I don't. At this point, I don't think you'd have to force me to sleep. I think I could sleep, no matter what. But
God,
yeah.
I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
sleep.
You guys have a good one.
I almost don't remember sleep though. I barely do.
It's kind of scary, right?
Barely a sleeping show.
Yeah, let's just say I've been watching a lot of The Office till like 3 in the morning with my son.
Sounds about right.
Really?
Nice.
I'm
He
usually
doesn't want
working.
to go to
man.
bed.
Oh, that I remember that. That sucks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Have you learned to hold him while you play?
Yeah, but he's a squirmy little bastard.
Oh.
I do love the Switch though because I've been just like popping the Joy-Cons off and I like have like one arm behind my head, the other arm with him, and I'm just like, I
Dude,
don't
it's
care.
really a game changer, right? Like, it changes everything. Like, it's so versatile. It's fucking dope.
Yeah,
I
it is.
love it.
As we speak, I'm up here with you guys, and the wife is downstairs playing Zelda, like, going
Yeah.
nuts. So,
It's been nothing but Mario Party. I cannot. She was like, "It's like what next game do you want to get?" And she's like, "Mario Kart." And I was like, "Can we get like a one-player game?" Like, it's cool all these games, but like, oh my god, do you know how
Get
much
Celeste.
Mario Party I have played?
Get Celeste.
I got
so
Hollow
good.
Knight. I'm okay.
Okay.
mhm.
But I
Yeah,
think
that-
Odyssey's might be the next one.
That Hollow Knight looks dope, man. I gotta get that too.
$10 right now on Switch.
All
We,
right.
we booted up Overcooked 2, and as Jay told me, it is something that can divide your marriage in half.
It's
Oh my gosh.
the first time we played it. I played it with the kids, 4 of us, and like the kitchen's on fire. There's like food on the floor. I'm like, fucking pick this shit up.
There's a mini game like that in Mario Party, and that already started fights with me and my wife. Get the tomato! Not the tomato, not the bacon! I'm just like, oh my God.
100%.
Oh, jeez.
I'm standing next to the bacon already.
Jump faster, damn it.
Yeah. I heard about that game. I was like, that's just my job normally. Like, why would I want to play that game?
I really want to get Overcooked.
Oh, it's hilarious.
But yeah. Steve, do we have a segment? Or are we just shooting
No,
the
it's
breeze?
it's just shooting the breeze. We're just
Okay.
happy to have our friends here.
So
Talking
how
about
was
whatever.
Christmas for you guys?
It's hectic.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very hectic. Lots
Dude.
of in-laws.
Dude, Ben and I were talking about that in pre-show. I said to him, I said, "Holidays now give me anxiety," and
Yep.
he's like, "Yep, I feel you."
Oh my god. Mine was
Yeah, I
not. I don't have a family really, so it was way easier for me. Hung out at
Right,
Ben's
yeah.
for a couple hours, came home, cleaned a little bit, drank a little bit, and then my girlfriend came over, and that was it.
There you go.
Those were
It was
the days,
it was you
man.
last week, Scott, right? That you were saying like you just wanted to do some like stuff, just you guys,
Yeah,
and
oh,
not
that,
have to like go anywhere or do anything.
yeah,
Like that's
that
I'm
all,
the same way, dude. Like I just want to be just the 4 of us, that's it.
Yeah, I
Go
remember, and we had that conversation in Discord too. I remember that, and I'll tell you what, Jay, that all went completely to hell. Probably 2 weeks ago or a week ago. It was just like not to get into a long drawn out thing, but it was just like, yeah, my father-in-law had foot surgery, and so he's all jacked up, and so we had to go over there, and then it was one of those things where like it didn't really work out as planned, so then we had to go visit my family too, and it was more or less like 2 hours of driving within the
Yeah, you
same
spend more
like
time on the road than hanging
30-mile radius. My kid slept in the Jeep, although it was great because I did get to introduce him to Motorhead this week, and I think he's a fan. So
Excellent.
out. The journey begins.
yes, I'm totally stoked about that.
Nice.
Motorhead.
So Laz, you asked what games to get for the Switch.
hmm
What all you said Zelda earlier. What all did you end up getting?
So we currently have Zelda, we have Overcooked 2, and we have Mario Odyssey
Oh.
so far. That will expand inevitably.
Oh yeah. The Switch is a great system.
What are
Yes.
you doing controller-wise? This is the biggest question, because I'm like, there are a million controllers and add-ons and things for the Switch.
Yeah,
like,
there's so many, dude.
fuck.
Right now we just have the little I forget the name of it. It's the one you put the 2 Joy-Cons in. It's got
Yeah.
the large center square,
The grip.
the grip. I'm looking into some of the accessories for it.
Use this.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what I have too.
That's on my radar.
That's why I got it, because you
Yeah.
told me this is exactly what you had. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going with this.
Yeah.
So we were playing Mario Party, and I was like, babe, before we get another game, we got to get another set of Joy-Cons. I was like, we got to be able to play this with 4 people.
Yep.
hmm Oh yeah, definitely.
I'll bring mine for New Year's.
Oh, we have 4 now.
I'll still bring
Already
mine
are.
for New Year's and Smash because you can play 8
Oh,
people
yeah, it was-
Smash.
Ooh.
Dude, Smash with 8 is just bananas. Like it's just you don't even know what you're doing. You're just pressing the buttons. Like I can't even find myself on the screen. It's like, fuck.
That's how I usually play any game other than Destiny, anyways.
I,
What the
Right.
fuck? I don't know. How do I Titan skate?
I did find these really cool grips for the Joy-Cons that you plug it, you just put it in, and it adds like it makes it like a controller. Like there's like handles and stuff for it, and then buttons on top. And I was like, oh, I like this. And then I realized you can't press the side buttons. So like Mario Party, you can't play some of the games with it on.
Oh.
Just like,
mhm.
God damn it!
So it's for
If you get,
handheld
like,
mode
the-
only.
If you get like the
Yeah.
little steering wheels and just stick those in, it makes the controller that much bigger, and it's just easier to hold. That's what I use.
There we go.
He's over there playing Smash with the Mario Kart wheel on.
Hell yeah.
It's like it does. It's
Do
easier to
it.
hold. and then like the charging controller, like the charging grip, and then pro controllers. I don't know what to get.
There's so much stuff, dude. Like, and it's all like licensed too. Like Nintendo is like,
Yeah,
go nuts, make whatever you guys want. We'll license it. So
And
that's
that doesn't
awesome though
even
because
count all those
wow.
amiibos and stuff too.
the unlicensed stuff is how you wreck your warranties. So at least
Yep.
if my like hoary Ethernet adapter fries my system, I can be like Nintendo. You know what I mean? I don't know
Yeah.
if it has a warranty. I'm not going to buy that. But yeah,
You're not going to buy the protection plan for an extra $5 or whatever
get out.
the pitch is.
I think the plan is to buy like the Big Daddy Pro controller, then like a cheaper wireless one, and then we'll be set. Because then we'll have technically 4 like full size controllers, and I need to buy the
There you go.
charging grip for those damn things. It sucks though because you get the Switch and then you're like it's $200 in accessories after that.
yeah,
Oh god,
man,
yeah.
it adds up real quick, man.
Switch.
It's so
I
good.
love it though.
It's dope. It's
My wife today is so funny. She was like, my son was sleeping up in our room, and I was like, "What do you want to do?" Because I wanted to come downstairs and play games, and she's like, "I just want to play more Mario Party, but it's down here." I was like, "Then take the Switch with you."
Oh,
And
Yeah.
she's like, "Can I play it?" She's like, "Can I play Mario Party with the Joy-Cons on it?" And I was like, "No, just take them off." What do you?
Yeah.
yeah, right.
It's like take it off and then put the thing on the bed.
Yeah.
it's a foreign concept though, you know, like it's a
Mhm.
console you can literally take with you, and it's just like it's not like a shitty version, you know, like it's not like a Game Boy or whatever,
Yeah.
It
or
is
like
crazy.
a Vita. It's like it's the actual console you can bring with you. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Just grab a book, like a hardback book, pop the kickstand out, set it on the bed, boom.
That kickstand is the fucking worst.
It is
It's
bad.
dumb. don't even.
It
don't even
barely
use it.
works, but
I can't
Yeah.
ever pull it out.
Barely a working
Very good, Justin.
kickstand.
That's right.
Yeah. I
Oh.
actually got a funny Switch story. I was at work, as most people know by now. I work overnights in a semiconductor plant, and so I'm in the clean room, and it's like probably 5 o'clock, the morning of Christmas Eve. So it's 5 a.m. We're finishing up the maintenance that we had to do, and I'm just like cleaning up the area of the machine that I was working on, putting all the tools away and shit. And out of nowhere, I start hearing these fucking noises. What the fuck is that? So I'm looking around, and I don't see anything. I'm like, what is that? It sounds like somebody's playing video games through a loudspeaker. And I turn around, and there's a dude, no bullshit, sitting behind me. He's like hiding behind one of the fire apparatus things they have. And he's in his clean room attire, which is like your jumpsuit and mask and all that stuff, and he's sitting there with a Bluetooth speaker on top of his toolbox, like one of the big roll around toolboxes they have for his tool group. He like dragged it over. He's using the desk. He's got his laptop open with his email on one side, and he's got a Switch that he's playing with on the other side. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is this guy actually playing Switch?
That's
Yep.
genius, dude.
it's
It
so
was
good.
hilarious. And I mentioned it to one of my coworkers, and they're like, "Yep, that dude's gonna get yelled at because they're gonna see that on the camera and be like, yeah, you need to come here now."
It's great though, because like, say you like are going to get your oil changed or something, and you have to sit for like half an hour. Bring your Switch. Like it, you literally could just take it anywhere and pass the time that way, and the battery life is not bad.
No,
No,
we,
Oh, it lasts a while. Yeah.
Hey, pro tip: if you want your battery life on your Switch to last longer, take the Joy-Cons off. Because when it's on the Switch, it's charging the Joy-Cons.
Yep.
Pro tip right there.
I never thought of that.
They sell like charging
Changing
banks
lives.
too, like battery banks for it.
Yeah, they sell like separate battery banks, and then
Oh,
like I said, that charging controller, the one that you plug in and charges that, the grip that charges them while you play.
that's a great suggestion, Dan. Go to your grandparents' aunt's funeral and bring your Switch.
For sure.
Just a great
It'll
idea.
go over real well.
That's a great idea.
That's horrible.
Just make sure you mute it, please. Thank you.
That's right. It's endorsed by Danfinity.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a cool little system. I have a hard time playing it in handheld mode because we just got that huge fucking TV. So I'm just like, I don't
Right.
want to though.
I can do that, but why would I want to?
Yeah.
Oh god, some of those games though, like Hello Neighbor looks like trash. It looks really bad.
Yeah, like I probably won't play Celeste on the big TV. You
I don't know.
know?
Hollow Knight looked great though.
Try playing like the NES games. Those look real bad.
Mm-hmm. Those are for
Oh,
handheld
God.
mode, though. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
I tried playing some of those with my nephew, and we got about like a minute and a half into 4 different games, and then I was like, all right, man, well, just go play Zelda.
Like, that's enough.
Yeah.
It's true.
Nostalgia itch has been scratched. That's enough.
Yep.
There we go.
Ugh, old games, so boring. Old game old. Except for Tetris. God,
Right? I
that
guess-
was the one thing that I wanted for Christmas, really bad, that I didn't get was a VR headset for PlayStation.
Ah, yeah.
Tetris Effect.
I want
Beat
Tetris
Saber?
Effect so bad.
Yeah, are there a lot of games for the VR thing for PS4?
There's
Not
like
a
now
ton,
there's
but there's some
enough
good
good ones to merit buying it that are VR made for VR.
Like
Yeah.
Moss, Astrobot, Beat Saber, Tetris Effect, and then Firewall.
Firewall 0 Hour.
Yeah, that's a shooter.
Yeah.
Is that
Those
all
are the
on,
ones that are like really and Super Hot.
That's all
Hmm.
PS4.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are all on PS4.
Some of them
Ah.
are PSVR exclusive too.
Borderlands 2 just came out on PSVR. Me and Gray Fox got it. Gray Fox just got it. We got to get together and play that. I haven't been to his place in a bit. So
There was an IGN kerfluffle about that game.
Did you say
What's that?
Borderlands
Yeah.
Borderlands 2 VR. Yeah.
in VR?
Yeah, in
Ooh,
VR.
shit.
It's gonna be dope, man. And as far as it goes, I don't give a fuck. Anything Borderlands is usually pretty awesome compared to everything else. So,
Which is exactly why it was weird that IGN did not catch that someone released a review giving it a 3.
oh, dude, whatever. That person can go fuck themselves with a telephone.
Oh, no,
pole.
it got
It's gonna
taken
be
down.
awesome.
It got taken down, but
There was like some problem that was like fixed by the time
Yeah.
it came out or something.
he
like
said that like there's
Oh my
like
God.
I can't figure out how to do this and this is not accessible and yada yada, and then people responded just saying like, hey yo, those are just all in the settings, dude.
Oh, what an ass hat!
Yeah.
Wow.
That's professional. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's really professional.
Much like this show.
Oh,
Five-star
100%.
podcast.
Hey, we are consummate professionals. Okay,
Hey, you guys set the bar, man.
that's right. It's set incredibly low.
Yeah, we set that bar for everyone to jump over.
All right.
But
Do
we
you guys-
still set it. That's what matters.
You guys want to hear an example of us setting the bar super high?
Oh god.
Always.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to this best of moment, and hopefully it isn't super choppy. We'll see. Hang on.
Cool.
All right. Here we go. Last time, Narwolf had the end all answer, and he just said so in the chat again. Sandwiches don't look like dicks, and a taco doesn't look like a dick. Hot dogs definitely look like dicks, so they're not sandwiches. So that's it. Whether or not it looks like a dick, that's the determining factor.
Oh my
Whether or not
God.
it's a sandwich.
Hey, Phoenix.
Phoenix says everything looks like a dick if you try hard enough.
Also, Phoenix. That's not how you. Phoenix. That's not how you spell quesadilla. So I've been. That's a house dia. It's a casa.
Quesadilla,
Oh god.
Oh man, sorry, Phoenix. We love you, buddy.
Oh my God.
So
well,
good.
we've been Barely a Destiny Show, the show where we make fun of people that listen to us. Oh my God, I love you, dude.
Basically,
Hey, it works for Insult Comics, man. It works for
Oh.
Insult Comics.
Yeah, I've been your pseudo host.
It's gotta be. I know we were gonna go with smoking pineapple, but quesadilla is pretty good.
Wait, what is this?
Oh yeah, that was a good
And,
moment.
and Dilla has never been the same since.
It's still
He's
on Twitter.
right.
Yeah.
He's right.
Yep.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right. So, Jay, Laz, Thanks so much for coming on, guys. I'm about to add the next group. If you could please hang out so we can clap again.
And then when we clap again, you're out of here.
I want the clap.
Fine.
Go on with the clap.
Fine. I don't want your clap.
See, this is my favorite part. All this stuff between the claps, this is just post show.
Yeah.
Yes,
For
it
sure.
is.
Ah. 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 I was going to say, speaking of making comments about people's spelling errors and stuff.
Speaking of the clap,
Hey.
Oh, Jay beat me to it.
Hey. All right. Yeah, let's do a clap. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Hell yeah.
Nips, did you clap?
I
It
did.
didn't.
My
Can't
hands
see
were...
his hands.
Okay.
They're here.
I
I was just gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Is that
what are
is
your
that-
hands doing off camera?
Mhm.
In the
Clap
dark.
is-
Clearly.
I was just gonna say, is that Admiral Nips or did Dr. Claw join our fucking call? He's like shadowed in his chair, like, yes, I'm get you.
It's just
Why
too
do you
much
think
work to hold
there's
the
a
lamp up
cat?
the entire time.
I'll get you
Why do you think there's a cat that
gadgets.
interrupts the recording every single week?
Oh,
She's
shit.
the
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Claw.
Oh my god, Nips is Dr. Claw confirmed.
That's crazy.
That's so great.
All right. Laz, Jay, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us, man. Congrats,
Absolutely.
seriously, on the 100.
Yes.
Congratulations. It's
Thank
fucking.
y'all.
The show is like a huge part of my week. Every week.
Mhm.
It's not. It's
I
can't miss,
appreciate
dude. You guys are doing
That's
good stuff.
awesome, man.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks so much.
Thanks,
man.
guys. Really
Absolutely.
appreciate
Take it easy, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
See you in Discord.
See, those guys are a big part. We're a big part of Jay's week, and these guys here are a big part of my week. I'm some podcasts I skip every now and again. Not of yours though. I actually listen to your guys' show every week.
Thanks, man.
We appreciate
It's good
that.
stuff.
And AMP. I
Hey,
don't listen to Gamerscore Radio every week. I'm sorry, guys.
No.
You just
Every
listen to
quarter,
the same
though.
episodes? Yeah.
Nips, I told you we got at least 5 people now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, 5 listeners. Sorry.
Yeah.
So guys, congrats on 100 episodes. That's pretty cool.
100 episodes is crazy.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really is.
We're just like, what? It went by really
When it was
fast.
coming up, like episode like 93 and 94, I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah. And then
It's like,
90,
this is like about to happen.
97, 98. It's like, oh, that's like next week, 2 weeks, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's been
Yeah.
crazy.
So like when your podcast gets older, does it age like people age? So do you guys like wake up and you're hungover a little bit more now that you're
Our
at 100
podcast can't
episodes?
get hard.
Podcast can't get- it doesn't. It takes podcast pills.
100%.
Bonera.
Bonera. Mm-hmm.
Bonera.
It's for podcasting.
Yep.
Bonera. It's for podcasting.
There you go. If that Dan Tales podcast was still around, you guys could write ads for them.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, for
I
sure.
think I heard that there's a spinfoil theory. Let me put on my tinfoil hat here. The Dad Tales guys, they are no longer because they all died from taking so much Bonera.
Oh.
So
Oh, that sounds dangerous.
it
Shortly
is
after
dangerous.
episode
but
100, actually.
I think it's an opportunity for you guys. I think that you guys could make some money here. You know, Bonera needs a podcast, and you guys are 100 strong.
That's true.
Welcome to Bonera ADS.
Yep. 100 strong. I like that. That's the new catchphrase.
Oh my god. I hate when the jokes hit you just a little bit.
Dude, it's got to be something because as soon as we said Bonera, JC Jesse pops up in chat.
I was like, holy shit.
So good.
If it isn't Martin Thunder or whatever, Martin Storm.
Martin Storm, the Thunder of
Martin
Justice.
Thunder. Martin Thunder's his
Hey,
brother.
so did anybody
That's
else
his brother
realize
who's in
that
porn.
Distinguished Gentleman episode 9 was actually Dad Tales podcast, like episode 75 for a good 12 hours?
Wait, what?
Did that release this week?
It was like last week. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you had the auto download for Distinguished Gentleman, you actually got Dad Tales podcast episode 75 about 2 weeks ago.
I haven't listened to anything since like early last week, man. I was sick and I was just out. Like no podcasts, like just
The crazy part about it is that I got like 25, 30 minutes in expecting it to be a bit.
He's like, eventually the punchline's gonna happen.
Yeah. And
I
then
mean,
it
we've
happened on
released
Twitter.
We've released a couple episodes that had to be taken down as soon as I got home from work.
yeah.
We released a couple
we-
episodes that Ben told us to take down because
Yeah,
he was listening.
yeah.
He's like, "You guys screwed up."
Yeah, I was like driving to pick up my kids and you're like blowing up my phone and I had to pull over into a parking lot and like delete it and then re-upload it when I got home.
I forget what was even going on. Oh, you guys weren't lined up. I was like, hey, your shit's
Yeah,
fucked up.
yeah. So, hey, I got a Switch for Christmas too. For the kiddos, but dude, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Like
What, the Switch? Or
Yeah,
Switch to the
I
kids.
was setting it up for them on
just the
Christmas
Switch.
Eve. Like, you know, like I set
Setting
it
it
up
up.
and
Yeah.
downloaded all the updates and everything so they could play it,
Mhm.
and then I just hid it behind some boxes and wrapped like the outside packaging. Anyways, I'm like setting it up and I'm like, this is really fucking amazing. Like, this is really cool. I really like this.
Yeah.
You don't really realize that until you get one in your hands. And then you're
Yeah.
like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
When you're setting it up and
Phrasing,
you're just like, I'm just
phrasing.
gonna do it handheld first, and then you're all done. You're like, okay, and TV. Oh,
Yeah, it's cool. It's super cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. You guys make it sound so much fun. Can't wait to play my Switch.
So next week on Potato Thumbs podcast, Nips will be like, so I got a Switch.
yeah.
And-
You're
He's not. Hey,
you're
It's sitting right next to my
gift buying.
PS4 and my lap or my desktop.
if they make a mobile like a Witcher Gwent card game
Oh
on
my
Switch, I bet you he would buy it because then he could take it to work and take it everywhere he wants to go.
Yep.
I got it on PC right now, and that still
got
hasn't
it.
gotten me to.
Yeah, laptops exist. Sorry, laptops exist.
Oh, I see how it is. Oh, man, this is. I thought we were on your show. I didn't realize we were on our show this
For the top of your laboratory.
week. You said it on top of your lab. Oh God,
Yeah, it's
it's in the name.
put it in the little saddle, and then the dog walks it around. It's a laptop.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'd do that.
Is that like a moving workstation technically?
It's kind of like a standing desk.
Yeah.
A
Makes your
running
dog a
desk.
service dog, too.
Oh god.
See, every time we're around, you guys are just making inventions.
There we go.
Yeah.
Patent that shit.
That's why you guys won most
The
likely to succeed on
laptops.
Shark Tank.
Yep.
Yeah, the laptop service dog.
We're always thinking of the next great thing to streamline, so we'll put it on our list.
Could you streamline our podcast and make it better?
I can.
Oh, wait, we're
Hey, if
already
you listen
doing
to our
that.
podcast next week, we probably will have a faster twab than you guys. So
Did you hear our twop this week?
take some notes.
Yeah,
Oh,
did
I
you
heard
hear-
it.
Yeah.
I heard it.
I suspect we probably won't even mention the TWAB. So that
You guys
That's
damn.
not a fast twab, then. That's no twab.
We don't
Just
want
saying.
to give away our tricks yet. We don't want to give away our tricks.
Trying to dethrone us. Ben,
We've already. You guys have already lost the battle. You
Ben,
don't even
take the
know.
plan that you had before and just do that.
Oh, I will execute
Okay.
when the twop comes back.
Okay. Yep.
No one will ever beat us. I'll do the entire twop faster than people can do just the highlights.
And once I realized there were awards out there, I went to your Discord and tried to update my name to dethrone Elmer Fudd.
But you,
Beard
weren't
took
you-
care of that pretty quickly.
Yeah, Beard beat you.
Added
How many extra D's does Beard have?
It's a lot.
5?
Hey, Fluffy, how do you feel about the Beard being a medical doctor as well as you?
He's not. He's an MB as in boy.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, he's
what does that
he's
even
not a
mean?
Miata driver.
The only MV
He's a
that
Miata
ever-
breaker?
Never mind.
He's a Miata broker actually.
Oh,
he
medical-
deals in
Miata broker.
high
Medical
volume,
boy.
high level Miata deals.
Okay.
Is that even a thing?
It is if you're in the know. I mean, I didn't want to bring him into the spotlight because it's a pretty big deal.
I'm okay not being in the know.
Yeah, me too.
I'm okay not being in a Miata.
Wow.
Yeah.
But your hair
Shots
comes out so nice after you
fired.
drive.
That Wu-Tang Miata.
Yep.
Oh man.
I'm just thinking about Fluffy at around 55, driving around a Wu-Tang Miata, and people being like, "Whew, boy." This
No.
guy's-
No, my ass will not like the racing seat here as I get older. So it's gonna get replaced, man, without a doubt. I'm gonna need
Joke's on you guys. It's not a midlife crisis. I've been having this car since I was in my 20s.
This is a whole life crisis. What up?
Yep. Yep. I can confirm as a fellow car guy, it's always a full life crisis.
Yep.
At least my hobbies are cheaper. Kind of. I don't know. Video
You
games
s-
are so expensive.
yeah,
You ever think about
video
how much
I was
you
gonna
spent?
say, you say that.
You say that while
Think
sitting in
about-
front of 3 monitors.
Hey, it was a free PC.
Yep, this is true.
Think about all the consoles and all the games you've bought. It's so much fucking money.
It is. It is.
Oh, when I go upstairs and I look at my bookcase full of games, I'm like, oh shit.
Dude,
That's full.
music is worse.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it is.
Let me tell you, as a man who played the drums and guitar, yeah, money. Oof.
Yeah.
Have you guys?
Oh, I need new cymbals. How much is that? $800 fucking dollars. That's an entire guitar.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a fairly decent amp.
Have
Yeah.
you guys seen the meme that's got the 4 hands, like each one's grabbing each other, the wrist as a
Yeah.
like
Captain
round
Planet
table?
style.
Yeah, Captain Planet style, and it says one is guys who are into cars, the next one's guys who are into guitars, the third one's guys who are into guns, and the fourth one's guys who are into PC games. And in the center it says lying to their wives about how much their hobby actually costs.
That's true.
One of my fellow guys from the off-road scene sent me that, and I was still working a desk job at that point, and I burst out laughing at my desk. People looking at me like, "What the fuck you laughing at?" I'm like, "That's just somebody sent me. Leave me alone."
When you're like, shit, I'm in 2 of those 3. Scott, you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm in 3 of those 5 or 4, man.
yeah,
It's
2
like-
of the 4. Sorry.
I'm in 3 of the 4, and I've considered buying firearms as well at some point, just because I play enough video games. I'm like, I wonder how these actually work. So,
Gosh, damn.
yeah.
Shooting guns is fun. Do you guys ever shoot guns?
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
Every week in the Crucible.
Every week in the
No,
Crucible.
I'm talking about real guns. Have you ever shot?
I grew up on a farm. We had 100 acres, and my dad's about as redneck as they come. So you better believe I shot guns. He's got
That
like
that
2
was the best thing,
separate
too.
gun safes back at the farm.
Oh,
So
okay.
Yeah,
So,
I
give
did
me a-
too. I grew up in a hunting family. I don't hunt anymore, but I grew up with it.
The weirdest experience I've had with guns. So I went camping with a bunch of my friends, and this is one of those camping trips where you just drink an ass ton the entire time. Like show up at 11 a.m. and you're like cracking beers. Let's go.
Oh, like a
This is
regular
good start
camping
to
trip.
Yeah.
a gun story.
That's what camping is.
This is when I was like 19. So, all my friends, come with us. Some of them happen to own guns. That weekend, I shot an AK-47 and just hit firing that shit. It was like pop, 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 popping off rounds. The guy was like, "Whoa, stop, stop!" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "You just shot like $50 worth of bullets." It's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I shot 2 9mm at the same time. That was
Oh my
Whilst
God.
jumping through the air.
I should have. This is the thing. Everyone's like, "You guys are drinking. You shouldn't be doing that." And I was like, come on. I know not to shoot anybody." And we're very we coned it off. We're like, "Do not go in here. This is where we're shooting."
Yeah, that sounds like a totally drunk-proof thing.
Hey
Yeah.
man, you get shot, that's your fault. Don't go past the cones.
There's
And
Hey,
then,
guys,
like I ain't no
let's
Dick
just-
Cheney.
All right, replace the guns with knives.
Very
Yeah.
clearly, the cone was right there. I don't know why you couldn't see it in the dark, in the middle of the night, in the woods.
and then just going crazy with one of the pump shotguns, just like just like going nuts. Those are my 3 guns that I really like that I've shot. I've shot a bunch of other ones, but
Shot a bow and arrow several times.
Well, man's got a clay pigeon launcher, so we'll put that up in the backyard and fire it out over the cornfield. And so I'm on
Is it
with you with
easy
the
to
pump
hit?
shotguns being fun.
Yeah, when we were in high school, at Walmart, you could get like 100 clay pigeons for $10 and like a case of lead shot, and you could just go out to the field and just throw pigeons all day and shoot them. Come home, your shoulder would be sore because
I
it's a
want to
shotgun
do that
all
though.
day
That
long.
sounds clay pigeon shooting sounds awesome.
It's fun, man. It's like, I mean, especially like we were kids, man. We were like 16, 17, 18 when we were doing it. So it's like you don't have as many opportunities to, like, you can't just go to a bar, do a lot of other things that you can do later in life. So
Yeah.
Well, we
You
might
gotta
have to
find
take
your
a road trip the next beer festival.
Oh,
Just an hour down the road.
Oh, yeah, shoot the clay. Oh shit. I was like, where are we going? Oh,
damn.
never mind. This is all I'm connecting dots here.
The second annual Barely a
Right.
Potato Thumbs Nips House.
Though I will not be giving my,
World
my
tour.
address out on the internet this year.
Well, it sounds
Barely
like you have
some
enough
fluffy
firearms, Nips. I mean,
Yeah, not at my house. I gave them my address. That's the real
oh
problem.
shit, that is a problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
Only 2
Guns
people
are
showed up at
fun.
my house, so it worked out okay.
Don't you mean 4?
Well, no, 2 of them were already on their way. 2 new people came up post not giving my internet or my address out and inviting people over.
Oh.
Worked out well in the grand scheme of things.
So
There you go.
my favorite thing about that AK story is that somebody took a picture of me while I was shooting that AK
Oh no.
with my beard like almost down to my nipples, like really, really long.
Oh,
Just
God.
wearing-
I knew it was going this way.
It looked so much like a Taliban training photo. Oh my god, like it's so funny because my in-laws, like when I first met them, were like convinced that I was Middle Eastern and were real pissed about that, which, double fuck you. But
Oh my gosh.
when they found that picture, it did not help my case.
That's
Oh,
awesome,
I'm
man.
sorry. It looks so bad.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I can't believe that.
So, I thought it would be appropriate to save this clip for right now, but we got a clip from our buddy BitDead, who sends you guys an email
Oh.
every week.
have you guys ever heard his voice?
Yes. I played
Oh my gosh.
Xbox with him before.
Oh, I
Yeah,
also
forgot he plays that horrible system.
I took it. He recorded his clip on his phone, and he was like, "I hope it sounds okay." I was like, "Don't you worry, my dude." So like, I did the old podcast trickery with it, and
Nice.
oh my gosh, he's probably a sexy, sexy man based purely on this clip. So,
Oh, I
I've seen
knew-
his
I
Twitter.
already
I know what he looks like.
all right. Anyway, let's load this thing up. Okay.
Cover their faces in beard oil and rub myself all over them while their hairs tickle my every. Hang on. Has Scott even got a beard? Well, he's going to have to fucking grow one. If not, this horny state that I'm in is going to be wasted. And I go, oh shit, it's on. Hi guys. I'll edit that first bit out. No one will ever know. Spit dead. How the devil are you? Congratulations, guys, on 100 episodes. It is such a fantastic achievement. Well, fantastic show, and no real surprise, really. But thank you for all the hard work that goes into it. I'm told it's a lot. I don't know, because I don't do one, but I'm told it's very time-consuming. I can't wait for another year. You guys brighten my every week. Thank you so much. Keep up the great work. Much love to you all. Stay amazing, guys. Laters.
Dude, BitDead is amazing. I love that
yes,
guy.
dude.
Yeah, BitDead is good people.
Like every week when I see him post that, just like, bam, here's the shows that are killing it. I'm like, this guy.
Yeah.
I love it.
And
Just
like I
seeing
was,
our name with all of our friends up there.
I was listening to a show today, and they were talking about how most comments on the internet are negative because people don't say anything unless they have something bad to say. Well, BitDead is the opposite. He is constantly sharing good things about content that he likes on the internet, and that doesn't happen enough, and it's fantastic.
Nice.
Only flaw the man has is a Man U fan. Otherwise, he's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Of course, Nips is upset about that.
all right. Well, I'm gonna add the next group to the call.
Well, guys, thanks for having us on tonight. That was really awesome that we could hang out with you guys on episode 100.
Yeah.
Dude, for sure. Thank you so much for
Completely
coming, you
honored
guys.
to be here. Congrats again on 100 episodes. That's just so crazy and amazing. Well done.
Yeah, yeah, and like
You'll get
being
there someday.
still being like funny too. Like that's the like thing. Anyone like you can record 100 episodes, but to like continue to get better and like make people laugh still, and that's awesome.
We're 3/4 of the way to proving you can record 100 episodes without
Yeah,
being funny.
See, yeah, we're missing that like element of entertainment, but
What-
we'll get the quantity part down.
I think also, like, maybe you guys went through this, but when we started, I think you kind of have this idea of how you want the podcast to go and, like, the things that you want to do on the podcast. And you're kind of stressing about, like, what are we going to talk about this week? What are the segments? And then when you get to the point where it's, like, the day of and you're like, you don't really have anything, but it's not a problem. You know what I mean? Like, just being able to just coast through it. That's, I feel like, when the shows really start taking off and you can feel people kind of, you know, get their footing.
Right.
Yep.
Hey, so I just learned right now, the next group is 3 people, and Discord has a 10-person limit.
All right, we'll drop.
All right.
We'll do a clap before we leave, or you're good.
Yeah. We'll just have to do another
we'll
one
do
in the
one,
next group. Yeah.
All right.
Is Scott there,
One,
I am here. I
Okay.
just turned off my camera because I needed eye drops.
though? All right.
It's kind of weird to look at, so.
Hashtag sulfur green.
Yeah, no. Honestly, no, it's not. It's, yeah, actually, the bottle's green, so you can use that.
Okay.
ready?
Contacts, man, contacts fucking suck. At least I can see though.
Hell yeah.
3, 2, 1.
All right. Thanks, dudes.
Have fun, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
You know, we
Now-
had 6 people and 10 is the limit, so 9 would have been the number.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me add the last one. I don't know. Says, oh, it's because the group. Hold on.
Can you kick people from the group?
I'm finding out right now.
Hey, if you're in the group.
Oh, there we go. I got it.
Never mind.
So it would have worked. I'm gonna kick 2 people for good measure. Okay. This is exciting right here, podcasting, you know.
It's all getting cut out.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, shit. I was supposed to be taking time codes this entire time. I didn't do any of it.
Good job. Good job.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Since this last circle stops spinning.
I just got a black
Clap.
screen.
I'm glad that the big one is the big one.
That's what
Phrasing?
All right, let's
This is
clap.
There you
great.
go.
Because the entire time, I don't know who's going to be on the show. So I'm seeing names in chat, and I'm like, is it them? Is it them? All right,
Who is
ready?
it?
I'm gonna
Yep.
clap on 4, but I'm not gonna say 4. All right, 1, 2, 3. That was a fast
Dope.
one.
Indeed.
Hey, thanks so much to Fluffy and Nips for coming on the show. They had to go. Apparently, explosive diarrhea. And with us is the man who championed that phrase, who coined it, JC Jesse. How's it going, dude?
You're on mute, dude.
Hey,
Did it work?
no,
Hang on. Maybe it's me. Hang on.
I can't hear him either. So.
No, not me.
No, it's
Uh-oh.
not me.
Uh-oh.
It's him.
We're gonna have to
All right,
clap
we'll get-
again.
No, we're not. He should still have a clap. You'll just have
Oh, yeah, on his
his
end.
audio before.
Oh yeah, because it's local.
Oh,
Well,
that's incredible.
So
come back.
Silent Bob is here.
He's gonna pull a Dan and just sit here and not say anything.
Or that one where Fudd was on and then just left.
All right, how's that?
There.
There
we
we
Hey,
We got you.
all right.
Yeah.
Jesus, fucking. I was gonna say I'd like to thank all of my opening acts for coming on earlier. Glad to be here. Congratulations.
Yeah, there's a lot of people coming on bads tonight.
There are a lot of people coming on your podcast.
Damn, I'm gonna have to shower.
Jeez.
I'm
Again.
so sorry. I arrived early.
And then we've got, man, look at right now we've got what is this? 6 Titans in here. Titan.
Guys, I'm off the band. Slapshot, Scott, and chat. See you later.
The best Titan main, Dan Infinity is here. Come on, Dan, come back. Come on.
Danny, come back.
I'm back. Hey guys.
Dan, how you doing?
I'm okay. How was everybody's Christmas? Everybody's holiday season?
It was good.
You mean
Should we-
Dan 15.0 Finity?
Oh, I saw that happen in action.
Dan Gwizen Vest Finity. Holy shit, dude. That was stupid.
Hey, we've also got another person who likes to throw fiery objects. Another Sunbreaker here, Elmer Fudd. What's up,
Hey,
man?
what's up, guys?
Hell yeah, brother.
Switch. Am I not allowed to be here?
That's okay. You just sit there and pretend you know what they're talking about. That's what I've been doing.
They've been talking about switches for the past half hour. I've been turning mine on and off for the past half hour. I don't get it. At all.
I had one. I traded it in.
What a shame.
Did you get a dimmer?
I did. I did. It's a little knob.
Oh, little knob.
Shit. In that case, my son's a pro.
Sorry to
switcher.
hear that.
He loves going. You know.
Is he fairly dim?
Your son. Good for him.
You guys, you know that song where he's like, "I just flipped the switch." That Drake song. Have you heard that? No, probably not. Okay.
No.
This stupid TikTok app that my wife watches constantly. There's people making vines to music.
Oh, it's like it was
that's
like
what that is?
musically,
Yeah,
right?
it was musically.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I made one the other day.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
And all it is that Drake song goes, "I just flipped the switch," and I just took my switch and flipped it over. It was great.
Mm.
Wow.
All right, guys.
And
I'll catch you later.
The shattering of the screen.
Yeah. Needless to say, it's docked only now.
Mm.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk more about docking?
So we're flipping switches. We're done.
100%.
Yeah.
I want to talk about
exactly
that
the group.
as much as I want to talk about the opposite of poop.
Oh,
That reminds me.
Yeah. What does it remind you of?
Well,
Oh boy.
she hasn't talked to me in days.
Oh. That's great.
Oh, good.
So, you guys, you want to do our listener questions with us?
Sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
All you other guests didn't get to do questions. Sucks.
I mean, we could just sit here and, shoot the shit, wax poetic about podcasting.
Okay.
I got nothing but time for you guys.
So that was a
You know
preemptive.
when,
like we're gonna do that, and then you can
Well,
stick
that's
around
more than
for
most
the
people
listener
have.
questions if you want.
Guys, when you're trying to sync up audio and it just won't line up, or when somebody forgets to record their audio, it's the pits.
Yeah, could you believe that?
Yeah.
You guys
Uh,
want
Wait,
to
we're
be
supposed to be recording this? I kid.
I keep checking.
It's like, Dan, goddamn. It's like if I have to tear down this Twitch stream to upload, it's gonna be hell. It's already gonna be a lot to edit.
I did that once. It was awful.
Oh, after I look at these questions, we'll do them anyway, but not the best one for guests.
No, not really.
They're kind of super
let's go.
self-indulgent. Hey, tell me what you
No.
like about me.
I'll answer anything honestly. Let's go.
Oh shit. Drafty wants to know, what's your most memorable fuck up in the first 100 episodes?
That time I forgot to record my fucking audio and Ben had to pull down the Twitch.
That's
the
not even that
Twitch
bad.
stream.
That's not bad.
I think the most memorable fuck up period was when my audio, or was it when my laptop took a shit twice, and Ben and Scary like did my voiceover for the last like part of the show.
Yeah,
was
what we
phenomenal.
imagined you were saying.
Yeah.
It honestly tricked me for a while. I was like, oh wait, that's not Steve.
I didn't know Steve sounds like this now.
What's up,
Thanks,
Ted?
Mr. South Park.
You should have just made a game of it and had somebody like fill in the blanks.
That's what we did.
No, I mean,
Go ahead.
no, never mind.
We're very interested now.
Sorry,
you guys-
I'm all
invested
hopped up on drugs right now. Like
Your most
the kind
memorable
for
fuck up was that one.
Tony those Banera, huh?
Whatever.
Every time.
they drain the blood from my head.
Yeah. Which one?
It looks like a tomato on top of a straw down there.
Oh, God.
I can see my heart beating in it.
Your heart's in your head? You gotta go see a doctor, dude.
I was going to say, go to urgent care.
Sometimes.
Justin.
Isn't the way that
Go to
that's
urgent
the way
care.
most men think, right? Never mind.
I'm with you.
Most memorable fuck up in the first 100 episodes was episode 0. And
yeah.
it's such a bad fuck up that you've never heard it. Because I didn't record my audio at all.
Which is what the only? No, I've missed one episode. There was one total that was on, but I was not on episode 0.
Yeah. It was before Zan.
Yeah.
It's got to be a
There was
great
nothing
feeling
worse.
when you're so excited to record your first episode of your podcast. It's like, guys, that was great. That was gold. Yeah, we didn't record that.
Yep.
God
It was a good
damn
dry
it.
run, though. Yeah, I don't know. Good dry run, I feel like.
I like a good dry run.
Yeah. JC
All right.
Jesse and I had a dry run of my podcast.
Yeah, it
One
was.
time.
It wasn't good. Oh my god, it was.
Yeah.
The one that went out was like a 180 from the one that was recorded. Like Dan and I are practically like crying together. Like
Yeah.
it was so serious.
It was very serious.
It was awful.
I love that kind of
I
stuff.
I mean,
kinda
it wasn't.
wanna hear
Like,
it.
it wasn't awful. It was deep. It was a
it's
very
good. Oh, did you
You're
ever?
sincere
probably more
conversation.
you and me talk though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. That's a more like off-air talk. So I'm
Hey,
glad
did
we
you-
re-recorded it.
Yeah.
Did you ever release the Patreon episode, Dan?
Never. No.
That's Dan's biggest fuck up right there.
That is mine. I have a good idea for one. I kind of want to do a record club with the Spotify functionality.
Mm-hmm.
Like invite some buddies to record. Like just 4 people pick like an album apiece.
Mm-hmm.
You record 4 episodes all in one sitting of everybody going around choosing their album, and then you just talk over it and
Yeah,
allow
that way it
people
doesn't
to
get taken down.
Well, you don't use the audio in the background, so it can't. Like the people can listen to the album on another device. I don't know. I'm still working out, King.
It's kind of like, are you talking to? What was that?
Are you talking REM?
REM? Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites. Because they do that, didn't they? They just talk over the album. It's
Kind
that's such
of.
a great podcast.
That's smooth.
It is.
What was the other one? Yeah.
Say what?
I
I'm
don't
gonna have to
know.
look that up. That sounds smooth.
It's
It was
really
very
smooth.
good. It was very good. It was the history of REM from first album to Christmas singles.
But then there was one. They did another one before. That's Scott Aukerman and Adam Scott. They did one that was
Are you talking
you two to me? That was a really good one where they talk about every single YouTube record. Just talk
This is the
about
section. This is the section of the Barely a Destiny show where we talk about other podcasts outside of Barely a Destiny, the milestone of 100 episodes.
Yeah,
But we're going to continue this conversation.
about other shows.
Yeah.
What
Are you
up?
tired of this show? Here's some other good ones.
I personally like
just-
Nerd Poker
if you made
by
it
Brian Posehn and friends.
Dude,
But-
If you made it this far, you're probably wanting.
I stopped listening to Nerd Poker when Sark left.
No, it's still good.
It's still good, man.
Yeah, Dan's a very good DM. Fudd,
Yeah.
my man, you
What's
got a
up,
most memorable fuck up in your first 100 episodes?
Oh, basically every time I press record, but no, it's our episode 0 was a lot of the same. So we started off from the PlayStation, like we were streaming straight from my console and then just recording party chat.
God.
I
Yeah,
remember that.
that's yeah. And so the first episode, I forgot to turn the game sound off. So the whole episode's just origin story going ga 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 ga. I was like, yep, that's getting thrown in the dumpster.
Nice.
No, that's gold. Why'd you dump that?
In between reloads, you'd hear, yeah, I really like that point.
Yeah, I just want a whole episode of you going. Gah, 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 gah.
I'll do that just for you.
All right,
Clip
thank
that.
you.
That'd be great.
I want that to be my ringtone. Oh, hold on, I gotta take this.
Don't think I won't send that to you.
Oh, I know you will.
Oh,
I'm
man.
planning on it.
If you haven't listened to the most recent Potato Thumb starring me and Ben, Justin, there's a
I have.
lot of clippable moments in that
Yeah,
episode.
it's hard when you're like in your car and I'm like opening up my notes and trying to frantically writing numbers down. And especially now, it makes it easier when people are when you're like, Justin, you may want to clip this. I'm like, all right, yeah, you're right.
Right. He did talk about comedy. I could out of context that one.
But my favorite one, I haven't clipped it yet, is when we did our shit show episode, and Steve at the end, like Fluffy's giving out the information. He's like, "Don't forget to say your potato toast." We're like, what? We're not letting potato toast.
That was bad. It was very bad.
Oh my god,
Oh, so funny.
that's what happens when you drink on every podcast.
I
Potatoes.
smell toast.
Oh my god, I learned my lesson from our 100.
Cheers.
I was like shit faced by the end of it. We had like there's like 10,000 people watching us at the end. I'm like,
Oh, yeah. I remember that Lupo hosted, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be good."
oh my god, that was a big mistake.
Weird thing is, we saw our numbers decline after that.
Yeah, I know, right?
All that exposure, nothing. Buster Knuckle has a question, and I'm gonna open this up to everybody now. This is what happens, Buster. He says, "Congratulations on making it to 100, fellows. My question is this: when you gonna get a little RNG in your life, Buster? If I can get my wife to give me the Saturday morning off, whenever you want, baby."
Yep. Same. I've had one Saturday off in the last like 2 years, and that Saturday, when I realized it was happening, I DM'd Buster immediately and was like, "Yo, I'm free on Saturday," and then I was on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every other Saturday for me.
Yeah.
All right.
See, I've been on that show.
That's where I heard of you, Dan.
I want to say 3 times, and each time it like, there's been some event where I've been like, guys, I gotta go. Like, oh, no.
Around like hour 2.5 or something like that.
Well, yeah, and it's like, but look, the first time like I was getting ready, I was still in the wedding band, and so we had a wedding to perform at. And I was like, podcast, yeah, it's about an hour.
Yeah.
It's about an hour.
Lessons learned.
And then when I was on was in the heyday of Monster Hunter World, and I just played. I think I destroyed quite a few monsters while recording that episode.
Yeah.
It was good times.
Like, guys, I can't fit my file in the Google Drive. It says I've exceeded the maximum allowable gigabytes.
It says I have to pay 99 cents.
I have to pay to be on this podcast?
Just starts
Do you
flashing
validate
insert
recording?
quarters.
I'm off every
coin.
fifth Saturday. Let's go.
So good.
Is it every fifth Saturday? You
Every
know that
fifth
for-
Saturday, I'm off.
God, that's gotta.
That's
you ever,
weird.
like, yeah, I think it's next Saturday. Yeah.
yeah. It's rotating. 1 week Monday, the next
Shomer
week
Shabbos.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
no
He's
bullshit.
on Rump
I
Springer
actually,
every
Yep.
fifth Saturday.
yeah, dude, no bullshit. I actually had to put it into my work phone. The Saturdays that I work, I set it as a recurring event that happens every other Saturday, so I don't forget about it.
I think I broke fun with that one.
Are we still recording? Is this still going? Is
this
this what you want?
Are you happy?
Are you not entertained?
Do we have enough guests on episode? Buster,
Yeah.
anytime I can get the day off, I'll talk to my wife about it. And Steve too. He'll talk to my wife about him being able to be on.
For sure.
I'll talk to Ben's wife about me being on another
Yeah.
time.
Everything's got to go through the Mrs. Malone.
She's our agent. She's a podcast agent to the stars.
Yeah.
Manager.
Oh.
Manager.
Yeah.
I mean, she's an agent to 3 more than we have here because she's an agent of the 9. But
Right.
you know, yeah, it's a deep cut RNG.
She manages all the schedules for like your kids, you know, for us. You know, there was that one. What was that one band? I want to say they were from Sausalito. Fuck, I don't remember.
Paladinos? Were they playing at Paladinos?
No, it's not Paladinos. It's not.
Were
Paladinos.
they the tortilla chips?
Man, Dan, there's like 4 or 5 people that listen to the show. They're like, ha ha, Paladinos.
This week at Paladinos.
No,
I
gosh.
love that. Hey, other podcasts.
Sorry, guys, I'm turning into a werewolf. Hold
on.
He finally got hair.
He's
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Holy
for him.
shit,
He finally
he is
hit
turning
puberty.
into a werewolf.
Oh god.
For
Slower.
Now he's
It took
turning
him
into a
long
punk
enough,
rock.
guys.
What is he putting?
That's a really weird way to apply lotion to the skin, but all right.
All right.
All right.
He wants the hose. That's what it is. He wants the hose again.
For sure.
Are you saying HOSE or?
Well,
that was the idea, but I mean, if you got something
Oh my
better,
gosh.
then by all means.
Oh boy.
If anybody knows Justin, everybody knows he wants the hose. Oh, he's straight gone. All right. Now
Got him.
that was a little too much.
got him.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Sorry, my wife just got home.
Crazy.
that's all good.
I wanted to say, taking a look back, a little retrospective, if you will. I do miss the days when you used to ask people if they look at the paper after they wipe their butt.
Oh God.
There was nothing more fascinating than getting a guest on who was like super, super sweet and super shy. And you're like, so when you wipe your ass, do you smell the paper?
You always got to look at the paper.
Nothing
the
more
infamous-
degrading than that. Yeah, I'm just sitting here like we're asking, you know, fucking, I don't even know. who.
Guys,
So you're telling me
have
you're
to.
a risk taker?
Yeah.
I too like to live dangerously.
It was just funny because
Danger's
like,
my
remember the
middle
episode
name.
with Guardian Outpost and N64
Yeah.
Josh, where I was
That's
just
the
like-
one.
when he called it out, and I was like, "You're right. This is really fucking weird."
God, these guys are so edgy.
But at the same time, it's a valid question because you don't know. You could have had beef
Yeah.
the day previous.
It was a personality test.
Yeah.
Beef the dick previous.
There are better personality tests than asking people how they wipe their ass, though.
Right.
Steve, do
Well,
you still
not
have it?
really.
Yeah, do you still have that, Steve? Let's go. Let's get it out.
It's up here.
Oh my
Okay.
All right,
I
let's
still
roll.
remember the whole thing.
It's right here.
No, honestly, it was always right here. There was no criteria. I made that shit up.
All right.
Phoenix,
All
that's
right.
not why Lupo hasn't been on the podcast. Lupo hasn't been on the podcast because he has no idea.
All
what
right, let's
Billy
make
does.
a vow right now that if Lupo is ever on the podcast, we
We'll ask
bring
him.
that segment back.
He'll answer it flat out.
Oh, I
yeah.
believe it. I believe it.
He's
That's
the most
I don't
honest
doubt it.
dude I've ever like. In the time that he'll be able to give you because he's like so fucking like busy and it's awesome. No, he'll answer that question first probably.
for sure.
So we'll have him on
Yeah.
the show, ask him that question, and be like, "See ya, I know you're busy."
Yeah. I know you're busy, but let's get down to brass tacks.
There's only one thing we need to
It's
know.
important.
Do you look at the
People
paper
wanna
when
know.
you wipe your poop?
You fold it, you crumple it, you look at it.
Frankly, if you don't look at the paper, I don't trust you.
When
I
was
really
the last time? When was the
I
last
agree
time
with
you
that
went to the
statement.
That should be an
doctor for your
interview question
insurance?
for a job.
When was the last
What's that,
time
dude?
what that we did that?
You went to a doctor for your insurance purposes. You know, just to get a checkup, just to be like, you know, all clean.
I'm about to because
Yeah?
I'm
Oh, you
the
mean
doctor in a
like a
couple
physical?
Years.
Yeah.
When I'm
I had a
I-
physical a couple of years ago.
Did
Yeah.
they- all right.
Did your
here's
doctor
the,
look in the? Does your doctor look in the hole?
Here's the
the
important
beehole?
question.
Occasionally. Yeah.
All right, here's the important question because I'm gonna schedule a physical soon because I haven't been to the
Yeah.
doctor in forever. At what age do they start sticking their finger up your butt?
My
Whenever
age.
you ask for it.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, if you've got physical problems like me, it already happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
Or you say
everyone,
please.
this never mind. This is just gonna. There's no way this comes out.
I
without me
think
sounding like an asshole.
Bibble needs to go see a counselor if that's the age in which the finger was first stuck up his butt.
Look, man. Sometimes they use a sounding rod. Sometimes they use their fingers. It's a whole thing.
Doc, why do you have a headlamp? I don't understand.
It's very medical. We'll just say that.
Have you been doing
medical.
procedures on yourself?
Yes. I got the gloves.
Hey, we did get a question from a certain medical doctor.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Coffee or energy drinks? If
right,
energy
cool.
drinks, which one?
Blueberry Red Bull.
That is a really good one. I like the kiwi, the green one, right?
I haven't had that one, but Christmas Eve I was drinking blueberry Red Bulls and blueberry Stoli, and I was fucking wasted. It was
You turned
awesome.
into Veruca Salt.
It said blueberry, not snozberry.
Oh my god, Dan, that is like,
Violet, she's
reaching.
turning violet. Violet.
Wow, I haven't heard that band name in fucking years, man.
The answer is cold brew coffee.
I'm
How
just
can that
gonna-
be the answer to an open-ended question?
Yeah.
Because it is.
I'm just gonna defer to my good friend and fellow clanmate Irish Hammer, coffee, because I'm a fucking man, and that's what he says with his like fists up, and he's a big dude.
At least he's not a celibate man.
No. Yeah.
Coffee.
What has he got to celebrate?
100 episodes.
That's what.
He's got the dredging title in Gambit. I don't have that yet, so that's something to celebrate.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
I'm in kind of an interesting spot right now with energy drinks and coffee because my newborn son is making me exhausted, and I'll be sitting at work dozing, and so I got to get some caffeine in me. The problem is that I don't process caffeine well. I have a deformed kidney, so I get kidney stones super easily.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was fun.
way
I'm
to
like an
go.
old man already. I've already had my butt checked. I've had a kidney stone when I was like 13. It's horrible.
Yeah, my father-in-law gets those, dude. They're rough.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
got to go
super
get them like
100.
blasted or like he pees into like a little strainer. Fuck that
No.
shit.
I'm
PML.
pretty sure I might have one coming. A kidney
I
stone.
just do that for fun.
Man,
Did
it
you
hurts.
order one?
Penis
Yeah,
strainer.
little strainer.
I did.
But if I have coffee, I may I'll be like maybe okay for a little bit. If I have an energy drink, it's like crack to me.
Yeah.
Like just like I'm uncomfortable the whole time. My muscles are all tensed up. It's horrible.
There's a reason
So
why
what
long
you're
road
saying
truckers
is-
use it.
So what you're saying is you actually would be better off if you smoked crack than if you did
Probably.
the energy drink? Okay.
I'd
I
probably
think that's
be a
the
little
life
more
lesson you're
mellow.
walking away with. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so
that sounds like sound advice, Ben. Thank you.
Yeah. You should probably just smoke
look,
crack.
crack is whack if you're a teen, but if you're a father, not so much.
Gotta survive.
I just want to say that crack is an epidemic amongst plumbers, and this is very insensitive.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks, Dad.
My condolences to Luigi and Mario. Is their last name really Mario? Is that movie?
It
canon?
is. No,
It's from
yeah,
that
it
stupid
is.
movie.
No, it is. It's Mario.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's
it
total
is?
canon.
Yep.
I was
I
thinking
don't know
about
if
this
the
other
movie's
day.
canon, but that is
Oh,
the
100%.
name.
I was looking up games to buy on the Switch, and this screenshot of Mario Odyssey comes up, and it's Mario. He's on the beach, and he's in his swim trunks. He doesn't have his hat on, and I was like, "Fuck!" When I was young, Mario was like this adult man, and now when I see Mario, I'm like, "That looks like just my friend Alex." Just one of my, some fucking hipster guy that I would hang out with. I'm like, God damn it.
Hey, now that you say that,
Ben, come
oh
over
my
here.
God.
I gotta screw this
Alex
fitting.
does look just like Mario. Alex even has a mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and then just think about 30 years from now when you're looking at Mario and you're like, that bastard's still young, motherfucker.
God, I look so forward to that movie when it came out, and I remember going to see it in the theater with my buddy Rich, who incidentally him and I went to go see Kung Pao Enter the Fist
Such a
with.
great
Oh yes.
We used to go see like awful fucking movies together, but he had a car, so
Yeah.
so he would
He had a
drive.
car.
So you had
The
to
key
go.
to friendship.
Well, no, like he was my buddy, but like he had the car, so
Might as well see a stupid film.
Yeah. I guess we can hang out.
Ben, were you with me when we went to see Snakes on a Plane on opening night?
Yeah, the guy had a Mace Windu cardboard cutout with him.
Yep. And there were a lot of stuffed animal snakes at
I got
that
in a
viewing.
picture because I had a Snakes on a Plane sticker and I just slapped it on the front of my hat. But there was like a guy who had like a giant plush snake wrapped around him, the Mace Windu guy. A bunch of people showed up like ready to go.
here's
It
a
was like
question for you.
30 people that were dedicated to that movie.
Your math is wrong.
They're
It was
all
like
dead
10.
now.
Like 10? Okay.
There's like
You're
10
right.
people there.
Yeah.
There's nobody.
But they were all so hype.
They're all dead now.
What's the most uncomfortable you've been going to a movie?
One time we went to go see Pineapple Express, and we prepared appropriately.
Not knowing what it was about. Or at least I didn't.
And then when we were in the theater, some guys in there were like, "Woo, we can smell it over here," and I was just like, "Oh shit! Oh no!"
Funny
Either that, or like the many times I tried to put my arm around a girl, and she was like, "Oh no!" And I was like, oh, "That was a waste of $12."
Yeah. No, for me though,
Did you
it
know the
wasn't
girl?
No, just random strangers. I went by myself and tried to hit on girls during movies.
Ben, I remember your Pineapple Express, but for me, I think the most awkward had to have been when I went with our mom to go see The Hangover. That was
There's
pretty.
balls
That
in
was
that movie,
That
aren't
was
there?
pretty awkward.
You went
Also,
with your mom to see The Hangover?
Yeah, not knowing exactly. My mom, the pastor's wife, to see The Hangover. I also.
Huge.
Also fun. I was watching Grandma's Boy for the first time at home.
Yeah.
And mom
Spanking
came
it.
home and just watched the whole movie with me. So I watched Grandma's
Baby
Boy
want
with my
milk.
mom.
I've never seen that.
So for some reason,
Have you ever
it's
seen
like
Grandma's Boy?
Nah, I've never
Dude,
seen it.
that's-
I've always wanted to. I know of it. I know about it, but
watch
I've never
that.
seen it.
Justin,
Dude.
watch that movie.
My
I
favorite
need
part in
to.
Grandma's Boy, Jonah Hill, after he sucks on the boob all night at that party, when they go to work the next day, and they're like, I forget his name. We'll call him Jonah. They're like, Jonah sucked on his first boob last night, and he's like, for 12 hours.
I haven't done anything for 12 hours.
Oh my gosh. So
Baby likes milk.
Oh,
The
God.
next morning, when he's still there and she's just eating a bowl of cereal. It's a really good movie.
Oh my god.
All right, that's the energy drinks thing. You guys, we got to read an ad and then we're gonna listen to a clip, and then
You should have had Fluffy read it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we should have had
That was awesome.
the representative from Cosmodrome Vodka read it.
Yeah.
It's not a visual.
That's true too.
Chewbacca.
Sort of visual.
A
You
visual
guys
bit.
you guys want to stick around and close out this cast with us, though? You got time?
Sure.
I
I'm
get
here. I'm here
Baby.
for you.
Okay.
I mean, I was late 9
whatever
minutes.
you need.
It's fine. It's whatever.
All right.
She's already not talking to me, so it's fine.
Those listener questions that we already read, I forgot to tell you, were brought to you by Cosmodrome Vodka. Here at Cosmodrome Vodka, we're freaking the fuck out because all the distillers are on unpaid leave without permission. They're probably busy grinding forges instead of potatoes, but I digress. We are still sponsoring Barely a Destiny show, even though we don't currently have a product. So remember, Guardians, at Cosmodrome Vodka, distillers don't work.
It's rough right
So-
now. I reached out this message was created on the fly when I reached out being like, yo, do you have the ad read for this week? And he was like, no, this happened. And so that's kind of just like the message from our sponsor representative at Cosmodrome Vodka.
Hey, you got an ad for us? No. All right. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right, so this clip is appropriate because certain one, Titanfinity, was here with us when this happened originally. So
Titanfinity.
hang on,
Daniel.
I don't know who
Infinite.
you're addressing.
I'm setting it up.
I don't know either.
Just so we're up, just for everybody keeping track at home, that's twice Dan has to ban me from chat now.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
The card ends with a line. I think it's one king rises
rule
or
the
one
world.
falls or something. No.
Yeah, that's the one where they go to the volcano, right?
One king's.
That's the one.
We can't stay on topic
No,
for
they
shit
all hop
this
into
week.
the Millennial
wait.
Falcon.
Wait, one king. Okay, start over with that part.
No, it's when the millennials get in the Falcon.
I don't even know what's going on. I'm just so confused.
Dan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to be there for this.
I love you guys.
You said
this
one
is exactly
king,
the
and
kind
me
of
and
show
Steve
that I love.
nerded out. Me and Steve were like, I can't let that one go. One king to rule them all. Anyway, the one king thing. That's I'm talking about the fallen uniting under
The thing
one
about the
banner, right?
Millennial Falcon is that it just has all of those cargo bays full of avocados, and it's ruining their credit. They'll never buy a house with it.
Oh boy.
I'm glad you interrupted the show for that, Jim.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Moving on.
Moving on. One of the last Grimoire cards from Destiny 1 is a report from Sloan saying that the Fallen have burned their banners and they disappeared from the Cosmodrome. And then we see him in Destiny 2 all rocking that purple color.
I honestly can't recover from this.
Put yourself on mute.
Oh my god.
Mute yourself.
This is
Chris in chat says just end it right there. Yeah, I think so, Chris. I think we should end. I don't think this is the only thing we should end right
well. I'm glad I was on the last episode of Barely a Destiny.
Hey man, we made it 70 episodes.
We had a good run, guys.
Scott,
a
you
good
are
run,
of
everybody.
course talking about the Fallen uniting under Aldrin.
Yes, the Fallen uniting under one banner.
That is the best moment ever.
I like how drawn out that is. It's like, yeah, it's over, and then it just keeps coming back.
There's something to be said for a moment like that, because you know that it's funny, like when you can't recover from something and you're just laughing so hard, you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna lean into it. It's like it's like when Rocker on our show said I want to go see The Stroke, and then and then it was like, it was all these things, just like in that clip, like all these little things that happen, and you're just like, you just keep thinking about them, and it just makes you laugh harder and harder and harder. And it's like, you guys know that, and this is the thing that I love about like just about like, you know, all of us, like all of our podcast friends, and you know, I listen to the shows, I listen to you guys every week, and everybody else, and it's almost like you almost get jealous, right, of everybody else's chemistry sometimes. At least I did. Like I listen, like, man, those guys, they're so good together. Like, and it's like that meme of those two guys that are sitting there laughing. You know which one I'm talking about? The two guys, like, you don't even know what they're laughing about. It's just like the one guy stands up and he goes like that, and they both just start falling out of their chair, and they're just laughing. It's just like, it's like that connection between, you know, between all these people that are such good friends and have this like unspoken kind of thing between each other. It's a beautiful thing, and that's and that clip is a great example of it. I think, like, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Fun fact, I was on mute for a solid 10 minutes. I couldn't stop.
I remember distinctly what house I was working. I remember exactly what address I was at when I had to pull over and like turn my truck off because I was laughing so hard. I'll deliver to that house and I'll think about it every once in a while. And I have to stop laughing. I'm not even kidding.
You know, there's some moments in life you remember exactly where you were. You know, JFK got shot in that.
The Millennial Falcon.
Millennial Falcon.
You know, same level.
Does the Millennial Falcon have suspenders?
No, but it did kill the wine industry.
100% has suspenders.
And Applebee's. It killed Applebee's too.
Millennial Falcon wears a scarf.
And yes,
With a
nerd
t-shirt.
glasses.
Yep.
I do have. I want to get put out a T-shirt of a falcon wearing nerd glasses and a scarf.
And a stupid beanie.
Good luck clearing that.
The Millennial Falcon.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's too funny.
Yeah.
At that point, isn't it just Rivers Cuomo?
How dare you?
As a falcon.
Rivers
So good.
Condor. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything that starts with a C and is a bird that sounds like Cuomo.
I can think of a couple things that start with a C.
And it's still a bird.
Concrete.
Yep. Camel.
Canada.
Oh man, we had a Canadian on earlier.
Catamaran.
Oh,
Constipation
yeah,
play?
That is true.
God damn it.
That person on my stomach.
Oh my god, the other day I had to take a sick day because I had gas.
Did you eat too much cheese?
I don't know what it was. My stomach hurt so bad I had to pull over. And I was like, what is this? I thought maybe my appendix was gonna burst. And then I sat in a parking lot for 45 minutes. Like on my way to work, and then I called my boss. I was like, I can't work, and I drove home, and then I farted all the way home, and then I felt better. So I stayed home and watched Peter Gabriel concert videos on Amazon Prime.
So,
my God.
what flavor of fart are we talking about? Like, what? How dense?
It hurts
I would
so
say-
bad.
Yeah, how dense was that fart though?
It
How many
hurts
cheap
so
reverberations?
bad.
You know those farts when you sit down on the toilet and just farting into that porcelain and just magnifies it so much.
Oh my god, you feel like a king.
It
Or
sounds like
Jurassic
one of the
Park water
seven
cup.
horns from the apocalypse.
The other horrible one is, if anybody does this, I'll get in the shower and I'll just sit there and let the water wash over me, you know. And if you ever fart with your butt sitting on the bottom of the tub, it just claps. It kind of hurts.
I was changing my son. I was getting my youngest or my 5-year-old's pajamas on tonight, and he was like, he stopped me. He had one leg in his pajamas. He's like, "Oh, Dad, I got fart." And we're standing in the hallway, and he goes into his room and he goes, "Oh no, I should go in the bathroom." So he leaves his room and goes into the bathroom, like, because it makes sense. Like, that's where you fart at, I guess. So he goes, because we try and teach our kids to go into another room when you fart instead of like doing it around other people. Literally, he was like 2 feet away from me, so it really didn't make that much difference.
Good for you teaching manners.
Do you guys
My
feel
kid-
awkward?
Yeah,
My
opposite.
kid just the other day, my kid was like sitting there. We were reading a book, and he just looks over at me and just rips the biggest fart that I think I've ever heard from a 2-year-old, almost 2-year-old, and he just kind of looks at me and then he starts laughing. And I'm like,
God, they're the best.
"You're my son." Yeah, that's definitely something. That's the thing that goes in our family.
Literally
Made me
yesterday.
gag the other day. It just
Yeah.
was like something, I don't know what I ate,
Those
but I was
foul
glad that I was
ones.
alone in the car.
When you're alone and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
So I was saving this to talk about on my show this week, but, but I'll let it. This is a Bad's exclusive. So I'm talking to my daughter, my 13-year-old, and she was like, I don't know what happened. I think I was picking her up from something, and I like farted in the car, and she tells me like that she had this epiphany, that somebody in class had farted, and she was like, I thought we were the only ones that did that. She was like, I didn't know other people did it. I thought it was just our family. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Family secret passed from generation to generation.
You think that we're the only ones that fart? She's like, I did. I don't know why. She's like, it seems really silly to me now.
There's all these people walking around just cramping up.
Yep.
What kind of cult are you running over there?
Yeah. This is kind of funny to me because I had a conversation with my fairly new girlfriend a week or so ago about.
Ooh, Zanny's got a girlfriend.
Zanny's got a girl.
About
I got her
farting.
because of the advice on Distinguished Gentlemen. That advice is how we got her.
It worked perfect.
Oh,
Hey, nice.
But we've decided that it's basically a fart Mexican standoff until it happens for the first time.
Steve, a wise man once told me, it's better to be in shame than in pain.
Mm.
Now,
Was that
when I
from
first-
one Stugazzo?
No, this is from one of my dad's girlfriend's dads, like years ago. But when I first started dating my wife, she invited me over to watch movies at her house, right? It's like, all right, cool. So I brought some movies over, and I have no idea what it is I ate that day. So I get over to her house, and she had like a couple roommates, I think, but they were gone. So I was like, all right,
Yeah,
watch
getting comfy on the
movies, I
couch.
gotcha. elbow,
Talk about
elbow, my
Blockbuster
chest.
and chill. You know
It's
what
the
I mean?
old version of Netflix and
Shut
chill,
up,
guys.
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster and chill. Oh my God.
California Video and chill, baby. So we get over there, and she's like talking on the phone, and I guess she was nervous, right? Because we'd only been on like a couple dates, and all of a sudden my stomach started bubbling. I'm like, oh no, don't do this to me, not tonight. And so I'm like, it's still like, and I feel like I don't want to like. They had a leather couch too. Like, who's in college? Who has a couch?
Somebody who likes to fuck.
You know me, I like my
How
balls.
dare you,
my
sir.
butt sticking to that leather.
So anyway, so at that time, like we both smoked, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'll just go out on the deck. I was like, hey, I'm just gonna go smoke out on the porch, okay? She's like, no, my roommates are gone. It's cool. You can light up in here. I'm like, no. So then like a little time goes by, and I was like, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. And I go in, and I tried to pee, but you know, like when you got to fart so bad, like sometimes it's hard to pee because it's like, I don't know, there's tubes in there, and they connect and they touch each other somehow.
Different muscles.
So I was like, I'm trying to pee, and it's like, and I'm like, oh no, and it's starting to make noise a little bit. I'm like, oh shit, I can't do this. So then now I gotta pee and I gotta fart. So then she gets off the phone, and then, mind you, this is probably like 45 minutes had passed at this point. So I'm like, so you want to watch a movie? I was like, I got some movies in my car, and I like open the door. She's like, no, I got plenty of movies here. Opens this drawer full of fucking movies. I'm like, oh, great. What do you want to watch? And like, I forget what it was, but it was like something fucking long. It wasn't like Braveheart, because I don't think Braveheart hadn't even come out yet. So we sit there, we're watching a movie, and like, it's at that point where I'm like, I'm sweating, and I'm like, it's coming in waves where I'm like clenching my butt cheeks a little bit, and like, it was bad. And then we start making out, and it's like, and I want to like be in the moment, right? But the whole time I'm thinking, like, I just want to fart.
Hot cow skin.
It's like, here, I'm trying to be with this beautiful woman who has me at her house, And then like I made up some excuse, like I had to leave. And I drove home in my 85 Nissan Pulsar on like a 2-inch like cloud of air. Like I just remember like I'd never felt so good.
Oh my god.
It was funny. My kids love hearing that story. They crack up.
I love hearing that
part?
story.
But it's like
The part where you're making out with someone other than your wife.
No, it was his wife, he said.
that was my wife. I was
Oh.
making.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
It's
I
my
lost
ex.
that part of the story.
No, it's my ex-girlfriend who's now my wife.
No, okay, I got you.
So
I keep thinking about that "What's My Age Again" song. Started making out, then she took off my pants, and then I shit on her couch.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what. Like, I just go to the bathroom and fart and then come back.
I
don't
mean,
know.
he tried.
I
But
tried.
sometimes-
Why don't you
sometimes
just
that
let it
porcelain
out
bowl
when you're
has
in
a
there?
clap.
Just sit down. Make sure, like, put
Dude,
a towel under the crack of the door.
well,
Like
I made a
said,
solemn
sometimes
vow.
that bowl.
I
makes
made
it
a
clap.
solemn oath to myself. Like after I left there, I was like, no, never again is this ever happening. So then that was it.
You're like the next
I
girl
hope
that I
I've-
go on a date with, I will fart in front.
I will fart. I will fart in your mouth.
Nice to meet you.
I believe that's what the kid.
Can you live with that?
Oh, my
All
God.
right, let's go to dinner.
I think my favorite fart story though, for
You
sure,
don't need an appetizer.
is
Justin's like, that's how we say hello in my family.
Grimer.
My culture.
I still think my favorite fart story is when Stu's daughter told him to stop farting in her room.
Dude, I'm sitting on the couch yesterday, and I'm holding my son. My wife is at work, and my daughter. When I'm sitting on the couch, she likes to just crawl behind me the whole time.
No.
And she just jumps up there, crawls behind me, stops on my head, and then just laughs and runs away from me. I'm just like, where did you find? God damn it!
She must have learned
Oh
that
my
from
God.
me.
No, my
so-
5-year-old the other day, I'm over here. She comes running in the door behind me, dramatically jumps and lands. Daddy! I turn around, lets it out, takes off running. I've never been more proud in my life.
You're like, I love you, honey. Go grab some toilet paper.
Yeah, you should probably check that.
Oh my
One
God.
morning I woke up. We have a dachshund, and when he was I don't know how long ago this was, but I woke up and he sleeps in bed with us, and he used to sleep on our pillows. And so I woke up and I opened my eyes really slowly, and his butthole is in my face. And I just remember like staring at it and watching it like unpucker and just go. And he farted right in my mouth. And I was like, what? And my wife's like, what's going on? It's like, he farted in my mouth.
I have a mouth open and everything.
But I'm looking at it, it just like unsphincters.
Unsphincters.
I don't know. It's.
Did it look like a Stargate opening up?
Oh my God.
It's actually a
Oh my
Vex gate.
God.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have
There you
small
are,
children when you're changing.
Fucking Osiris comes out and he kind of looks at you and is like, nope, not here, and then goes back.
So
Wrong portal.
I was changing my son, and he's a gassy little fucker. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always having to, the thing where you like take their legs and like kind of push it into their stomach to get them to fart. You're like, come on, push that shit out. So I'm changing
Is this
him,
a
and I was
document
like,
of abuse?
No.
Hashtag dad problems.
So I'm changing him, and I was like, oh, I forgot to try and like make him fart, and not even thinking his diaper's off, and I'm just like, here we go. I had not wiped up yet. I saw air moving through that murky mess. I was like, my wife's sitting right there. She's like, did he just shit on your face? I know. He did not, but he was very close. The look she gave me, just horror.
Oh
in
my
her face of like,
I think Ben wins.
Oh my God.
all right. So enough
The
about
worst part, man, is
Scott, if you want to tell the last one, go for it.
First story,
Dude,
Scott.
I was gonna say that the same fucking thing happened to my wife that you just said, except for she dodged it like fucking Neo from the Matrix, and it flew out and like hit the side of the fucking changing table. I'm like, did he just shit on you? And she's like, almost.
Projectile shitting.
Not today. Yeah,
my
he
God.
was. He was not. I think that was one of the times he was sick, and I'm just like, holy fuck, that was just like unreal.
That's
Yeah.
when it happens
Oh
to
my
me every
God.
time I'm sick.
Yep. That
All right,
explosive diarrhea.
So
you meant you pooped
this
on
is
I'm sorry.
the last question of the night is a good summary wrap up. Gorilla Golf says, "What do you think has been the greatest success of the show so far? Anything new in store for next year?" So Dan, what's new? in
This
store for
question
next
right
year?
after we
I'm just
talk
kidding.
for poops and farts.
That's the best thing that's come from
For
the show.
solid,
Best
like,
success
20
of the show,
minutes.
right there. Farts.
I mean, I could be cliche and be like, all the friends that we've made, but it really is that.
Yeah.
Like everyone that's been on the show tonight are people that I've talked to about like real life problems that I have. You know, I know that I can go to any of you guys and be like, hey,
Yeah, could you
kinda
stop doing that?
But yeah, just everyone in the community, everybody that is always hanging out in the Discord, all the guys in the clan that are always down to clown around and gambit and stuff like that. That's, I think, the greatest success is building something that I personally am proud of and that has gotten so many people together.
Yeah, for sure.
And the Millennial Falcon.
And the Millennial Falcon.
And the Millennial Falcon, yep.
All right, I'm just gonna start throwing this in there now. We had an idea. We were gonna talk about what kind of the podcast and what's come of it has meant to us, and I think this is a good spot to kind of do that. And some of you may know that I'm divorced, and I can truly say that like this community and this podcast like saved my life. Like Ben asked me to do this. It was like 2 or 3 months after I moved back to Ohio, and I had been divorced for not even a year yet. And I never expected to meet so many amazing people and have so many people that just like have helped me through figuring out, like re-finding myself and like just like making it through that overall. And like we have a group of people in our pocket, like Justin says, the pocket family, and like Gorilla Golf said earlier, that you just can at the drop of a hat. I can text Jay, I can text Dan, Justin, Fudd, like anybody that's here has been on the show, and just like speak my mind. And there's even been times where these people have just reached out to me, just somehow knowing that I'm going through a tough time, just being like, hey, what's going on, man? And these are some of the best friends I've ever had in my life, and I never would have expected that have happened. Like, Dan was the first guest that came on the show where it's just like, oh, hey, we might have met each other in person. And then I have met Dan in person since then. And just like, we're like, you just build these relationships through making content and playing Destiny. And just, I never would have thought that Ben saying like, hey, you want to do a podcast? And I've never listened to a podcast before in my life. I recorded the first episode that I was on, episode 1, before I ever listened to a podcast. And I could never have expected this kind of support and friendship from this community specifically. And it's just amazing. Like I would never trade it for anything in the world. Like, I love you guys so much. It's been absolutely fantastic.
That moment that Fudd, the first episode that we had you on, and I had like heard about you, and I was like, hey, we should try and get this Elmer Fudd guy on the show. And Steve texts me, and he's like, hey, he's down to be on the show. He's like, he was really excited. He said he's a big fan, and I was like, there's people that are excited to be on our show. I was like, holy shit! Like, I don't know, just that feeling when somebody was like, "Oh my god, you guys!" Like that was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's one of those things where a lot of us come from like musical backgrounds, and so we kind of you're kind of used to like being in bands, and you're like, oh yeah, I make this thing that I love because I have to, or because I have something I need to express.
Yeah.
And out of that comes relationships and friendships with people across state borders. And like podcasting is kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know?
totally.
I thought about that earlier today. Like all the podcasts that we're friends with, it's the same feeling I get when I go to a show around here, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
there's my buddies from that band, my buddies that are in this band. You know, I really really like it.
Yeah, man. Like Steve has slept on my couch. I had to wash it afterward, but Steve slept on my couch.
No, I would have sold her.
Gotta get that vegan off of there.
Slabbing steak all over his couch.
But I remember like listening to. Well, I think I told you guys this before, but I remember when you had that avatar. It was like a chicken with it was like a chicken shooting machine guns or something like that. And I remember when it like followed the podcast. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like, what's this? Like, all right. And then like Boost said that you guys had reached out to him to come on the show, you know, because he would, you know, he was a drummer, and I was doing my expenses, and I was like, well, I'll listen to him, you know, and see what's what. And so I started from the beginning, and I think you guys were like the first people who mentioned Dad Tales, RIP, on your show. Like you guys were like at least like once an episode we're like referencing Dad Tales like from the beginning, you know, maybe like, you know, after like a couple episodes, and I was like, oh my god, like these guys actually, they listen to us, like that's awesome. And then I remember like texting back, it was like, yeah dude, they listen to us, they talk about us on their show, you should definitely be on there. And then like when I had the epiphany, I was like, oh my god, Zan and Steve are Zan and Ben are brothers. Like I didn't get it at first. But just like, you know, listening to you guys, you know, and listening to your show evolve, and, you know, I don't want to say got better, because that's not what I mean, but like I don't know, just what it's evolved to is it's just so natural, and it's not, you know, it's just a fun hang, you know what I mean? And the cool thing is like all of our group of podcasts, like everybody has their own thing and everybody has their own feeling, you know what I mean? And I find like sometimes if I'm in a certain mood, I'll listen to a certain podcast first, you know what I mean? And like you guys introduced me to Dan, like, and you know, Dan, I love you. And
I love you.
I know. But like you guys you just have such an awesome show, and it's just, I don't know, awesome community, and I'm happy to be a part of it, and I'm happy to have met you guys.
Yeah, dude.
For sure, dude.
I mean, everyone, like I said, everyone that's been on the show tonight, it's just, I don't know. It's awesome to have.
They're like our best. Like I can truly say, like I hang out with you guys more than I hang out with people in person. Like you guys
You
are.
should meet more people.
There's
my
people. Like with the kids and stuff, it's nice to be like, oh, I can hang out with my friends, and then if my kid starts freaking out and crying, I can just instantly like I run upstairs. I'm already here, but I still get to have interactions with people, because before I started doing the podcast, I didn't really play a lot of games online, and I was out at shows, you know, 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
So this has kind of really taken over that for me, just playing with other people and online and doing the podcast.
Yeah, I didn't have any friends, so I was like, maybe if I start a podcast, then I'll start a community, and then people will have to be friends with me, right?
I mean, to a certain
Kidding.
extent, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do it. I was like, I have no one to play video games with, so I want to start a podcast so people will play video games with me.
But it's funny though, because, you know, I mean, I do have real I was about to say, I do have real life friends, you know, but we, you know, we have friends and a couple friends that we go out with, and, you know, we go on vacations with and stuff. I don't tell them the stuff that I tell like the gentlemen. You know what I mean? Like like Boost and Baroque and Stu, like those guys, they really are like my best friends.
Well, there's that bonus that they don't know the people that you know, so you can kind of talk a little more freely because, like, well, nothing's getting back to anyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boost's not gonna
Except
call
for that
my
one
wife.
thing, motherfucker.
That piece of shit.
Yeah.
Why, you wanna?
Scott, you got anything for this? Greatest success of the show so far?
Yeah, I'm just trying to organize my thoughts here.
If people don't know, Ben and Scott met through the Ghost Stories Slack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. It was
because
Slack
they were
at that
both
point,
having
yeah, and
kids.
it was funny
Their wives
because
were both pregnant.
Yeah, it was an LFG.
Oh, wow.
We were doing
It was the same.
What raid was that? The last one that came out.
Wrath?
Yeah, we're doing Wrath of the
It was
Machine.
Wrath of the Machine, and I think we were trying to get Renegade Siggy and his wife Chaos K were talking about it, and one of us mentioned that we wanted to get a raid in before our kid was born, and then I piped up, or the other one piped up and was like, whoever it was, I forget who said first and who said, I think Ben was LFGing in that community for Wrath of the Machine, and Renegade, Siggy, and Kay were talking about it, and Ben's like, yeah, you know, my kid's going to be born this date. I'm trying to get in all my raids now because I don't know what's going to happen after that. You know, I'm going to be probably busy. And I said, oh, dude, my kid's due like the next, you know, literally the next week. And Siggy has been actually a good friend and a fire team mate of mine for a while. So, like, it was funny that he spoke up, and him and his wife just both like, hey, you guys are having kids. That means, like, you know, at the same time, that means you got to be friends now. And so, like,
Yeah,
Ben
they
and I
did
started
kind of
talking
push us
about a lot of
together.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
see, good
it's
things come
crazy,
from
man,
LFG.
because yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
You know, so it was really interesting. It's kind of actually what I was writing down here. I mean, I've never played a video game like this before. I always say it's the game that I wanted to play when I was like, a real young kid, like 7, 8 years old. I'm like, man, someday you're gonna be able to play with other people like who have the same thing but in another place. Because it was like early 90s. I didn't know about the internet at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Real early 90s, maybe even 80s. I don't know. But it's one of those things where outside of my own clan, I've never really had a community like this, which I think is cool. It's good to be able to just jump right into Discord. And honestly, that's like the craziest thing is because I always come into this stuff as like, I'm only here to do this one thing, which in that case was like play video games, play Destiny, whatever. I end up finding out like I'm in the same crowd at like the same basic tribe as I would be like in real life, so to speak. Like I jump into Discord and we're talking about like Fluffy talking about cars or something. I'm like, holy shit, I'm into trucks and cars and 4x4s and stuff like that. Like I turn wrenches. Like let's talk about what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Or like there's a music discussion going on. And I find out there's other people who are like seeing some of the bands that I'm into, or they're talking about music that like how many times have we fucking talked about Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack on this goddamn podcast?
Dan,
every fucking
we had a few
time it
people-
comes up, we're all just like, oh shit.
We had a few people when we were asking for the greatest moments of the show that were like that Tony Hawk episode that you were on, Dan.
Yeah, it was a great one.
Yeah.
That was
The
solid.
Dude.
only problem is we can't play that whole episode.
No, let's go back.
All right, here's a clip.
Yeah.
Let's relive this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
45 minutes later.
We're just gonna have exactly. We're just gonna have at some point a clip show that's all Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack highlights.
I think you bring up a good point because Destiny is what brought all of us together, but Destiny is not what is keeping everyone together.
Yeah,
and that's what I think is
it's
awesome.
definitely
definitely.
It's become a tribe of its own, definitely.
This community
it's
is
become a tribe of its
100%
own, for sure.
going to survive the death of Destiny. I truly,
not the next
truly
game.
believe it. But not the next game. So when Anthem dies, we're done.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're all moving to Anthem.
Say your
right?
goodbyes.
I can
Maybe
say
we should start an Anthem podcast right after it's announced. Right after they announce the game, that we should have started a podcast then about
DTR
Anthem.
did that. On an episode of that.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I had
That's somewhere.
no idea.
That's somewhere. Go find it. It was all of us just being like, it's a thing. We don't know what it is, but it looks kind of neat, doesn't it?
Do you like guns? I like guns.
Hey,
I like guns too. Not in real life though. I'm
All right.
kind of that way.
Hey, space shooters are cool. What about BioWare?
Exactly.
not to break NDA or anything, but did anyone else get to play it?
No.
Here's what I think. No.
I couldn't get it loaded up, but I
No.
did. I did reserve at Anthem Tales on on Twitter and Podbean. So
Good, because I snagged Distinguished Anthem men. So
Distinguished Ant-Man.
Distinguished Anthem men. I also registered Pavel Comes podcast.
Oh my God. Well, it's fun. I can say
Master
that much.
Frodo,
It
you
was
have
fun.
potato.
I love potatoes.
So anything in store for next year? Well, do we have some stuff written up for you?
Whoa.
Guess what? Next year we're going to be delivering even more content. That's right. We're going to
Starting
keep
next week.
making podcasts. I don't know. Longtime listeners will kind of know that the show's format has changed over time. I think we've kind of locked into something that we like, just getting into the show, talking a little bit, run through the TWAB, and then just whatever we're playing and whatever we feel like talking about. Steve and I are pretty big into other games now. We've kind of been branching out.
Yeah.
So we like to talk
Evolving
about that
isn't a
stuff.
bad thing.
Yeah. Eventually, it's just going to become barely a show.
But rebranding's a bitch.
Hey man,
Hey,
that's when we
we
just switch it over to bads.
yeah. Barely ADS. What does that mean? It doesn't matter.
Bass Pro Show.
No, but we were discussing this earlier in pre-show that I actually think our branding is pretty dope in that we could just throw barely in front of whatever the fuck we want and it works.
Yeah, we're barely those guys.
Yeah.
Barely some Guardians.
Hey.
Barely
Barely
distinguished
Sunday?
gentlemen.
Barely Sunday? Which 90s indie rock band are you?
Barely.
God, that does sound.
That's so good.
Justin, did you have any friends in a band called Barely Sunday? When you were playing
Maybe.
the Spin Doctor cover band?
Oh, you mean Trial by Fire? Fuck yeah.
We're still waiting to have Trial by Fire as band of the week.
One day we're gonna have to go through like all the old band names. 'Cause
I will tell you that I do have a tape somewhere. Actually, never mind, because I'll never be able to convert it.
No, you can figure out a way to convert it, and Trial by Fire will be band of the week. We promise.
just mail it to me. I can do it.
It's actually me. I recorded an album of just me playing acoustic guitar and like fucking singing like Brown Eyed Girl and like I don't know.
Please.
I had.
Oh my
We
God!
need this.
Please send this to us.
Oh my god. You should see. I even made like I went to Kinko's and I made inside cassette jacket that like folded out. Oh my god.
How many folds?
Oh, a good.
It was
a good
trifold.
like 5 folds.
Good 5-fold? Ooh,
Good 5
Good
fold.
bend folds.
nice 5-folder.
And the inside had me with like a leather jacket and a fedora on it.
Oh my god, I need this.
I want that as a tattoo.
How do you not have this? Have these in a box in your garage that you can send to your friends?
Did you see the YouTube video I posted? I don't know. It was just like it was like a one day. I have to send it to you, but I found this. It's literally 30 years old. Actually, like last week, it was me and my buddy, my buddy Michael. after a hard day of skating all day, grinding some rails, and
Coke.
Grinding some rails, trying to
grinding
get
some
tail.
rails of coke. That is. We did so many bumps.
Just
We
picturing
just
a
started.
skateboard just
We just
blowing
started
through.
playing we just started recording all these music videos. It's like him and I like.
Did it snow today?
Lip syncing "Welcome to the Jungle."
Yeah,
my
you're
God.
definitely gonna have to get us that.
Yep.
Yes,
Nah.
please.
Yeah.
Band of the week this week, cover band. Playing at
Coke knows.
Palladino's.
I'm gonna link it right in this
30
chat.
years ago.
Oh my god. All right.
Oh, more stuff. The Game Club. Now, Elmer Fudd's involved in this. The Mass Effect Game Club.
Oh yeah.
So that is something that you can look forward to in the future mini-series of podcasts in collaboration with the Just Some Guardians. That playthrough has halted because I got a Destiny puzzle. So I'm trying to get that done before my kid decides to rip everything off the table. So,
This thing has gotten way bigger.
Ben
than I
was
thought it
like,
would.
God.
Priorities.
All right, so Christmas Day. Ben decided he liked puzzles one Christmas like 7 years ago. And he's been getting... He
I was
got some...
unemployed and had nothing to do all day. So I was like, just give me some puzzles.
Yeah, so he got a couple puzzles, and then since then, he's been getting puzzles like every Christmas. Well, this year...
Every Christmas, every birthday, every time I get gifts, somebody's like, "Ha, I got you another
He's
puzzle."
our little puzzle kid.
Yep.
He just loves fitting those pieces
But
together.
this year, our brother Pete got him a frame, which he opened first, and he was like, okay, cool, a giant picture frame. And then he got the next gift from Pete, and he shook it, and he was like, God damn it, this is another fucking puzzle. I'm so mad. Like, you could see it in his face. He was like, I cannot believe you got me another puzzle. And then he opened it, and it was a Destiny puzzle.
Oh, that's awesome.
And his
It's
whole
really cool.
mindset changed. And he was like, you mean I get to do a Destiny puzzle and then frame it? I'm in.
Oh my God. JC Jesse,
welcome
give
to our
permission
jungle.
watch this on the stream now.
What?
You have permission.
I'm not muting. You're going to get my live reactions. I'm
No, we
watching
can,
now.
Steve.
Wait, what?
This is how you close the
Are we
fucking
gonna-
show. Oh my God.
Hang on.
Oh my God.
This is incredible.
All right, I will close the show with this.
No, well,
possible other one-shot podcasts, topical show once a month. We've been tossing around the idea of a meetup for the Midwest. So,
Hey, hit me up.
yeah.
I've been trying to schedule
Oh.
one, but can't do it by myself.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Patreon is going to really help with that so that we could get a place to host the meetup. So,
I have some
like,
ideas.
yeah.
Thinking about having some
Paladinos.
bands play and Paladinos.
Yeah. What we've been
Bands and
throwing
alcohol.
around is Ben is familiar with a couple music venues in the area.
Mm-hmm.
And we were thinking, since a lot of our podcast is about, presenting new bands to people, why don't we do a show where we have some bands play and then possibly maybe do a live Barely a Destiny show?
How indulgent.
Oh, wow.
Let's go.
And have all our friends come
I'm big
out.
into presenting.
So that's the idea, and if the meetup happens, maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't. I don't know. At least bands, there'll probably be music.
Yeah.
Either way,
That sounds great. That
Yeah.
sounds like an awesome idea.
it does. It sounds like a lot of fun. So we might try that out. Hopefully, people will show up. But yeah.
All right. We had a lot of people on the show. You can find Gear Dad on Twitter at AKA Gear Dad. You can find Laz at is it Lazrich
At
the Lich?
The Lazarich.
At the Lazrich. I always forget what his is.
Mm-hmm.
You can find Fluffy at Burning Jorts. You can find Nips at Admiral Nips. Justin's at JCJesse1. Dan's Danfinity. The eyes are L's.
Dan Flannelty.
There we go. You have a flannel T-shirt. Elmer Fudd is at Elmer Fudd Games. MMD. We got Slapshot Scott. The O's are zeros. Xanafan 711. I've been your host, Det Ben Malone, and the band of the week is Troubled Minds. Troubledminds.bandcamp.com. Go ahead
I love
check
those
it out.
guys.
It's
Don't
it's
you
free.
forget about.
It's free.
This show's going to be on YouTube, so if you want to see the extended cut of the show, including the Welcome to Our Jungle, go ahead and check it out there.
Yeah.
Other than that, thank you guys so much for coming on the show, and we're going to leave you.
Ew.
Ew, God damn it.
Oh God, sorry, the show's still going. What's up?
We're going to leave you.
Oh my God, this is the
With
greatest
this.
thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God.
This is one of the most wonderful things.
Wait, which one's Justin?
Oh, you'll know.
Oh, you
Oh, no.
you'll
The one with the mullet?
30 years ago, 2 young boys were left with a video camera.
the dream.
We got to kind of talk
Oh,
over
no.
it so that way the stream doesn't get muted.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Look at there's our bright and shiny boy.
That was my bedroom / my dad's girlfriend's office in our
Yeah.
apartment.
My favorite move is coming up here.
Oh man, slapping it.
Hold on.
I like how he started singing and
Hold on.
That's
He's
great.
my nunchucks.
Oh my god.
Those are my nunchucks.
Nunchucks? You just show them.
I'm business.
Showing that you did not deserve to own them.
Oh, the jump. Ooh.
You guys are just trashing the room, man. Rock stars.
See, rockstars normally trash hotel rooms, places they don't have to go back to.
He's
I
right.
got another fart story after we're done this video.
It's a great music video.
It just reminded me of something.
I'm towards the
Is this what you thought music videos were? Just like singing out of
Justin.
camera and throwing stuff at it?
This is what it was like in the 80s, guys.
Your sons look
Like you
just
said,
like
they
you.
did a lot of coke.
This is 1988.
I was 2.
Woo! That's not allowed on Twitch. That guitar solo.
My PC crashed. I can't see any of the.
Now
So
it's
who is Slash in the background there?
That's my buddy Michael.
Hey, what's the poster
where's Michael
behind
now?
you?
The poster is actually my dad's girlfriend worked for Maytag, so that's Old Lonely, the Maytag guy who just used to like. Nobody comes in the store because Maytags work so well. So yeah, those are all her awards for being like best salesperson of Maytag.
I like how the trophies in your room aren't yours.
No, it was like. Oh my gosh! By the way, we made this video like conservatively 5 times. This is the last one we recorded
Oh, this
because
is the one
Michael
you
had to
kept.
leave.
Yeah, because you had to keep rewinding over.
The final cut.
Yeah, we kept rewinding over it like
Wait,
towards
that makes
the
me
end.
just want to check the end to see how it ends. If there's
Oh,
like a
it's
cut to a
so
family
good.
reunion.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
No,
at
you
the
want
end,
the last 30 seconds.
at the end,
I hope
I don't
it's a
think it's
family
not
reunion.
in this video, but at the very end, there's like a I don't know, it's like a family dinner or something like that. And it's me talking about like Tony Hawk and Christian Hosoi. I don't know, like
Shomer Shabbos.
Powell Peralta.
yeah. Oh my God! You made it the big video. Holy shit! Oh my gosh!
There's a video that we made.
Oh no!
in
No!
college.
No!
Never mind.
Yeah,
We gotta
there's
talk about this.
Let's go.
Shake that booty.
Terms
Oh,
of
man.
service.
Some things never change.
There's the vacuum cleaner back there. Oh, this is my big move right here. Oh, I stopped lip syncing there. For
Oh
a
my
second.
god.
It's
It's so good.
Oh my god.
Your friend has given up.
Yeah, he's like this guy.
He's afraid you're gonna beat the shit out of him.
I'd like. Hold on. This is where he puts his head through my ceiling. Hold on. Boom, right there. I
It
literally,
was at
I
the
think
end. The last
I-
frame is a
Okay.
dinner.
Hold on, we
I
better
was-
stop before mom and dad find out.
Yeah, his head. The ceiling was so low that he bounced so high. His head it put a hole in my ceiling.
Oh my god, that link is going in our Discord.
I'm saving that forever.
So, quick story. So, my dad's girlfriend, Jesus Christ, clean up your fucking notifications. But
Holy crap!
so my dad's girlfriend,
And we know who he doesn't check. Jeez.
I
Wait,
I don't
So
know
anyway.
what's happening.
she was like laying on the couch, and the living room was right outside of that door, and I farted on the bed. Like I sat down and I farted, and I was like, Diane, come here. She's like, what? I was like, the comforter smells funny right here. She's like, really? And she bent down, and I smushed her face into it.
She got pink eye, and that's the end of the story.
Anyway,
Oh,
that's my gift to you guys.
great.
I will
100th
cherish that
episode.
forever.
Yeah,
Wow.
that
I
is-
love you all.
This is
Um,
not so.
Just real quick, I just want to say Narwolf wanted to be here really bad, and we almost made it happen, but he had to work. So I just want to give a shout out to our music curator Narwolf, who has
Incredible.
given us at least like 90 bands to play on this
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
At least.
He's the secret fourth member. He's the guitar
Just-
player, the second guitar player in Green Day that they make stand off stage.
Does he get a producer credit now? Like, is that
100%. He's a host in our
Yeah.
Discord. Like he's one of us. Like he
Yeah.
is part of the team, and we love him so much and appreciate everything that he does for
Unbelievable.
us. So like, thank you so much to Narwolf. Like we couldn't do this without you, honestly.
How fitting that this is playing after the bands in the extensive post show.
Extensive.
All right.
We're the Marvel Cinematic Universe of podcasts.
All right, it's over.
That's it.
I want to do like a Ferris Bueller. Why are you still listening to this? Press
Yeah.
stop.
Go home. It's over.
Go home. I love that
Leave.
movie. All right. I'm going to hit stop on the recording after we do one more clap.
Oh, okay.
Ready?
All right.
3, 2, 1. All right. That's the
Thank
end.
you so much.
2.5
Dudes.
hours. We RNG casted it.
Yes, thank you so much, dudes. This was
Yeah.
fucking a lot of fun. It was
Absolutely.
yeah, so great. I couldn't have
Yeah,
asked for a
it was
better
great.
episode 100.
I could have.
As a matter of fact, I did.
Yeah.
What was
I
this
expected there to be
bullshit, Steve?
fireworks.
You did, and look what happened.
that
All
We
right,
got a
who-
beautiful
Alright.
video
who
from
rated?
Justin. I don't know if you can get there.
Ben and Scott, what did you think? Were you surprised?
Wait, are you still streaming?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to find someone for us to raid.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was great. That was some good stuff, and the clips were.
So
That was solid.
Oh,
Killer.
let's raid size 16s.
do it. I was kind of nervous because Ben came into my chat on PD today,
Uh-huh.
Steve,
and
there's
he
the
was
Twitch
like,
link.
"Hey man,
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
hey man, like I told him congratulations, and he goes, oh, you're gonna be there tonight, right? And I was like, I don't know how much Zanny has told him.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be like, no, what are you talking about?
To watch it on Twitch in the chat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Like,
of course, I
I'll be
will.
there to hang out. Yeah, and he's like, no, you're supposed to be a guest, and I'm gonna write a strongly worded thing to Zanny. I was like, well, here's the I didn't know.
All right. We're rating size 16.
Like that you knew.
He didn't know. All they knew that was that there were 8 guests,
Yeah.
and that
Oh, there
they
you
were
go.
coming in groups.